Good old Gus.
There's a camera above us, so it is a streamer.
They're pacing wildly.
Streamer?
Wow, I can't believe you're trying to deduct things.
Shut the fuck up. It's literally my character. Do that.
Deduct and detect, one might say.
Indeed.
Well, sharpen those reasonings then and figure out who it is for yourself next time.
Alright, Dickory, activate the truth
What
bullets.
evidence is available to me aside from place facing up and looking? Shut up. I'm using knowledge.
Gain, acquire.
Can't believe that's been
more
Lunali's
knowledge.
talent all along. No clipping.
You know what? Yep, it's done. He's gonna be dead. I was right!
Oh my god, my tail. It doesn't like the floor.
Do you have like a ground collider for?
Oh, not you two. We already have to deal with the warden captains invading our room every morning.
Yeah, it's a pain in the ass.
They camp on Evan's bed.
Crazy grandpa.
Is this like the research head
Hold on,
privilege? You
I
have like a
gotta go-
teleporter?
I gotta go murder a cat real quick. Give me a sec.
Yeah, of course.
Think you're stuck.
Damn it!
You might need to go to the next room over. And then go down.
You know, you have aspirations in life, and sometimes they just don't work out. You get to live this time, cat!
Hi, Wolf King. Ariana, please do not shoot into our room. We already have to
Cards
do.
are up
That's how they
in
sleep.
3, 2, 1, begin.
This disc doesn't work either. I need to do another one.
Is it off key?
It missed a note. It's unacceptable. I will keep trying.
Of course.
The major leitmotif was correct this time. It is just the minor notes.
It has been quite a while since we've had the pleasure to hear it directly. It should not take you long to recall it exactly.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Milo.
Good morning.
Hello, Milo.
Hello.
I decided to let you wake up more instead of you shaking you awake like normal. Me too.
I will be going to fetch the deliveries from the
Got
bakery.
myself an apple.
They should be prepared.
Of course.
Yes.
I'll be downstairs,
Oh,
right?
hey. Morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Hey, Milo. Hello.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning, Paz.
Morning.
Sir,
Good morning.
Oh. But you can if you
Oh, sure
want to,
can,
I
though.
guess.
Mm.
Does it taste like anything?
Just like breathing. Yes, I can taste.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
good morning, Camilla.
Now I know.
Good morning. Are you doing alright?
Yes, my sister and I are fully operational.
When you have time later, I would like to discuss what we should do next time those situations pop up.
Yes,
Mm.
I didn't want to get in the way.
You were not in the way. Apple. I have already eaten, sadly.
Every time.
Do you think you did not either?
Crisp,
Thank
right?
you. Yes. Tart.
You're very welcome.
Oh, yeah, sure. Thank you. Right here? Or like in your
Good morning, Professor.
Good
Yeah,
morning.
here.
Sir,
Here, sit down. Yeah. Is there any special way you want to braid it, or just like normal?
You know,
Good morning, Professor Soliloquy.
I've been thinking of ways to.
hello again.
A lot of hair, it's very pretty.
Debbie's away again. Longer coat. You know,
Were you able to complete
Debbie's usually here.
one of the deliveries yet, or are both in there?
Both are here. Usually I see Reginald in here.
He has not appeared yet. Perhaps he is already at the...
Upstairs.
Yes, thank you. Then I shall wait.
He will need to eat at some point. As does Braggy.
Sounds like you're all busy.
Perhaps. His order is very small, comparatively.
It is still routine.
Yes.
Well, you shouldn't call yourself a
If
boy.
nothing else, I shall fulfill my delivery at campus.
Thanks, I did not mean that.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, well,
Your body is a temple type deal.
Does that make sense?
Actually, speaking of, how are your
it's a
arms
metaphor.
coming along?
Good, actually. I think I know exactly what I want to do, but I'd rather
I
not.
can't draw. Pencil slips out of my hands. Maybe
I can help with
I'm running with the backpack idea that you threw at me a couple weeks ago.
Great. Well, if you'd like some help with designs, I don't mind helping out.
Just roll my shoulders.
Okay.
Pat my back.
For me, I think I'm
Target
going
acquired.
Yes.
I'll be okay.
I think I'm going to stick with the.
There is
Sir.
this one book from quite far away. Yes. Ah, wonderful.
About
He was just
your
talking
Thank you.
I have not pried, but I know you are hiding something.
Thank you very much. I have my tea time because I'm about to pour a nice cup of tea. There's not more one can ask in this life. Besides becoming a great warden.
I suppose so.
Thank you.
it does work. I'm actually very interested.
Yes, sir.
Indeed.
It can also help a lot with defense.
Are you, all
The bigger.
hanging out, as they heard it be called?
I have another delivery to complete.
Yeah, the prototype was
Ooh, and who's that to?
Professor Braggy.
I could wear, and then
If I do not see him here, I will provide it at
Two-time
school.
Dunker enjoyer as well? Ooh.
I am not at liberty to
Possibly more
discuss the details of other people's orders.
but that's more long term.
Naturally, naturally. Well, I shan't stop you. I'm going to pour myself a cup as it is. I'm
Understood.
not sure where Braggy spends his time. You don't see him in the dorms very much.
Well,
Sooner or later, I will find him.
folk are cheap to make already, so sometimes it's, I guess, seen as a waste. So the trick is finding creative ways to make it worthwhile, you know? I'm trading off a lot of offensive capabilities that I might be able to get with a casting fail guy, but in return I'm getting a lot of utility out of it. And I can enhance aspects of myself.
Welcome aboard, Pedro.
Well, you know, I suffer with, such as combat and anything that's not making fail guy things.
Something I was actually curious
Is
to ask
something
Professor
loose,
Soliloquy
Milo?
about was,
No.
has the
just-
flesh been restored?
Yes. I was just thinking about how you said there was something in here, and then we didn't go any more than that.
That came up all of a sudden? What made you think of that?
I was sort of listening to you, but also not. I have been lost in thought recently, sorry.
Are you unfamiliar with your own internal schematics, Milo?
Yup.
I see.
Understood.
Well, I'd hate to suggest it, but if it's bothering you, maybe we could, I don't know, take a look at it under the watchful
It's
eye.
not
of
necessarily.
I would recommend
I just
soliloquy.
want to know things.
Oh, right.
Yes.
Well, if you want to take a look at it, I wouldn't mind, but the same stroke,
Hello, General, my General, what do we have?
I will ask Soliloquy about it. I didn't get to talk to him last week, so.
When you had your checkup with them, did you ask for a physical examination, or were you connected to their terminal?
Well, I did not actually get a checkup with Soliloquy. I was just cleared
Understood.
to go because Peter did the thing.
I'll have something
That hurt a lot.
I've not seen Talia this morning just yet, so
Strange.
I see.
Hello.
Greetings.
Good morning, Kane Steiner.
Hi, Dickory.
Any targets this morning?
Not yet. Eh? Not yet. But look, Bailey did her hair.
Yeah, he still has his eye.
Oh?
I was just talking with him. He seems to have two peepers.
Hey! Show it off!
thing stuck on my hand.
She actually styled it. We got to embarrass her.
Oh no, not this. I'm going. Goodbye.
You have to take your
Goodbye.
hat off.
Come back.
No, I'm not.
If someone came to another city, that's
Well, it looks nice, Bailey.
Right? It looks real nice.
Curly.
Oh, you're right, it does.
It is well taken care of. Well done.
Mission accomplished, Kane.
Bossy.
A round brush and a hairdryer can be used to excellent effect. It is not difficult.
Embarrass her.
Bailey changed up her hair.
Yeah.
Guess she was
Yes.
embarrassed.
Pointed out to
By the way,
everyone.
after everything. I see.
Does
You
look
look
good.
alright.
I'm not too. I mean, I can comb my hair and such, but styling it certain ways is not my forte.
That is a personal failing, not a failing of the tools.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm not sure how much I could style this.
Oh, that is actually correct.
I don't think you need to, really. It looks fine the way it is.
It looks like we did.
Pins and parting can do much, even for short hair.
And aside from the new one at the end.
If you wanted, though, I'm
Yes.
sure between Leanne and I, I'm sure we know a barber or two in Reinhold that can hook you up.
Oh,
I didn't like fighting
I
that.
believe this is what they call a boys' night.
Don't have boys now.
yes.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Does it typically involve a barber? I had thought it
what do you
had
do
far
in a boys'
different requirements
don't
based
know.
on caravan knowledge.
You know, it's a barber. but
Isaac, you know what you do in a boys' night?
Yeah.
Perhaps.
Hey, how do you know?
I have never had much interest.
Going to a bar.
I have only heard it in passing.
Some kind of entertainment, things like that.
Pick up a rock and pipe.
Just a good night out.
Okay.
Sable.
With friends.
I shall proceed to campus in search of Braggy.
Yes.
Alright, there we go. We can figure something out.
Well, I guess eventually they'll tell us how they
Where to be located, though?
think we did.
It's on the good students. They're the ones who come up and ask questions. That's where it all starts.
We're ready to move on, I think.
Very synthetic morning.
I'm curious what Clink is up to.
Marcus?
Attention all students and faculty. Please report to the blacktop. Attention
Good
all
morning.
student and faculty. Please report to the blacktop.
Looking for someone?
Yes.
Who are you looking for?
They will be here soon. Do not trouble yourself. Hello again.
For Reginald, I presume?
No, I have already completed that delivery.
Ah, very good.
Braggy was on top of the building. You may have to wait a while.
Understood. We should line up in the meantime.
Yes.
When two people, I guess, are tuned to somewhat specialist, they just keep popping in and out of your sight.
Yeah.
Hey, KD.
Hello.
Morning.
It is an improvement.
I believe Sevi is with him.
Yes. I had noticed that as well.
One day we'll even it out. Come on over, Rue, come on.
Morning,
It's way too early.
Morning.
Morning.
Stop something that she's faster than I am. Morning.
Morning, you real?
Oh.
Oh,
Oh,
there
I see him. Oh, I thought he was gonna come. Thought he was gonna come landing down by us.
Every time he jumps.
I'm honestly glad he didn't.
Hey, where was he? Where did you Oh, but what
Yeah, I know, right?
He jumped from all the way up there.
Trying to be early. Turns out I'm barely on time.
Where him and Sevi were sitting.
You left before all of us. Where did you go?
Sevi then. Okay.
It was very complex, and a lot of things happened very quickly. It was very. You got it.
A black cat.
My character motivation changed.
Bad time came when even I beat you here.
There's a lot of ladders. We're gonna go under that.
Morning.
Where have you been?
I was talking to Braggy this morning.
No, not Braggy. Aaron.
Oh, more training.
Oh, yeah.
No. Not this time. Just about my documents is all.
Good morning, candidates.
Good morning, sir.
Sir,
Good morning.
Sir?
Good morning.
I trust all of you have recovered decently well from your excursion to the keep. If it was not already clear, congratulations. You have all passed orientation. The next 2 weeks will be preparation for final studies and packing up. We'll be leaving Lindau next week for Reinhold. You're free to celebrate. We still have a debriefing, and has yet to be completed, however. Braggy, Dusk. In a moment, I'll be giving it over to you. However, I will also be requesting that your Warden General join in the debriefing. After which, we'll have a bit of potential fun. We'll discuss that afterwards. For now, before any of that, Paz, you had something?
Yes. Now then, let's see. When you become wardens, every little detail will matter. That is why I will call somebody out today. Marcus, can you please come up here?
Excuse me.
Now, Marcus, why do you think I have called you in particular up here?
I think it's just kind of the normal at this point.
Well, I will let you know the specific. I have been notified that you were smoking in the library.
Oh, shit.
Oh no.
Now, before I go into the many details of this foolish action, is there anyone else who was smoking in the library after the day of the mission? Please come up here now.
Sorry, that's me. Sorry.
Oh no.
Ah, very good. I'm glad that neither of you two are liars, as we already knew who it was. Now, were you as well?
I've done it before, so I might as well stand forward.
Now, to let you know why this is a problem, Reginald, can can you please let everyone know what is one of the leading causes of infections during medical treatment?
Of course, Paz. That is dirtiness, uncleanliness, that sort of thing. We took very
Yes.
much care to disinfect the library before you all arrived, and adding soot and smoke to it does not help. Other than the fact that
Smoke.
it ruins the books.
Smoke and ash. Well, the chances may be low, but is it a chance after all? In addition, Isaac, what does a library contain?
Knowledge that's been accumulated over time, sir.
And what is that knowledge written down on?
Paper, sir. Primarily.
And for everyone else, what does paper do when introduced to heat?
It burns.
Potentially catch fire.
That library contains clippings from newspapers that are decades to centuries old at this point. Highly flammable. So, the four of you put your fellow candidates into unnecessary danger. I don't care if you smoke. In fact, 9 out of 10 doctors I hear recommend, what was it? Cool Mel cigarettes. Regardless, don't do that in my library or any library. So, in penance, you are going to do 2 things. Number 1, you're going to turn around and apologize to your fellow candidates for putting them in unnecessary danger. After which, after the briefing, the 4 of you will take some of the cleaning supplies I have laid out on the tables and scrub the library spick and span. You will dust every shelf. You will make sure that the windows and floors and tables are clean so I can eat off of it. Is that understood?
Crystal, sir.
Understood, sir?
Crystal.
Well, go ahead. The rest of them are waiting.
Apologies for putting your lives in danger. It will not happen again.
Sorry for smoking.
Sorry, everybody.
Apologies all. What happened again?
Very good. You may get back in line.
Yes, sir.
We were fortunate to be taken to the med bay first.
Fronted, sit up. Dusk, Raggy. First and foremost, in these operations, it is oftentimes that after you've completed an operation, you will learn from the mistakes of that operation. The first person who typically will go over what was done properly or improperly will generally be the one who led the operation. Following through with that, Theodore, address your unit. Debrief.
Right, so, as per following up, you did incredible. I'm gonna be honest. Though there were some hesitations in organisation, the plans we drew up were executed very effectively, for the most part. I think it took a moment, a few engagements to come to our stride, but by the end of it, I'm pretty sure we all worked quite well. Hope you all agree.
Ragged.
You all did incredibly well as a large unit. You were able to break down into your individual squads You're able to constantly deal with an interference in your formations, being myself. You're able to surround and deal with magic beasts of multiple levels, in multiple quantities of them, and avoid severe to major injuries up until the end where you were overwhelmed. There are very few times I had to intervene to keep people from gathering worse injuries. Considering this is the first time a large formation has been tested on this entire class, you all did incredibly well. Good job. Dusk.
Firstly, well done, candidates. Not only did you pass the final cube trial, but you came out of it without casualties. A feat to be commended. These tests may be simulations, but it's to prepare you for the true dangers out there. Your strategy and command was excellent. Your general came prepared, and it showed. Theo spent many days and hours preparing for this trial. And this is normal, for such large operations in the future will require similar meticulous work. After all, lives are at stake, and being a general, a commander, or any such position of leadership is of the utmost importance in achieving victory. The squad commanders as well, you were all chosen with clarity, and each worked well together in cohesion with their squads. Now on to some positives and negatives. Callouts were on point. However, this might not always be the case. Sometimes a team will need to work together without such a guiding voice. Keep that in mind. The dangers of your blind sides and flanks were almost always covered, even if the threat wasn't always there. This is a common mistake and deadly blunder that can spell the end for a team in the wasteland. Injuries were communicated well, and support candidates were quick to act in moments of both respite and chaos. Breaking off and disengagement tactics were shown. Well done. As assaulting a larger target with too many bodies may prove more detrimental than beneficial. This is especially the case with more dangerous magic beasts, and when you all eventually have your arms with larger weaponry and magic on the field. I saw several who were using the high ground to gain information and line of sight of their targets. Camilla, Isaac, Scout, to name a few. Utilizing the high ground and choke points is vital. Checking for traps as well was a given after all of your experiences in the keep. This will remain the same in the future. But be more aware of hazards in general, of any kind. The wasteland itself is your enemy, and you will find that many wardens meet their end, not from a magic beast, but from their surroundings. I did notice that there were several personal conflicts in and after the trial. Critical conditions and emotions reaching a boiling point. You will not always get along or see eye to eye with each other, this is true. However, it's important to keep a level head, even the most dire circumstances, and to work together in your survival. Know thyself, know thy allies, know thy enemy. 1,000 battles, 1,000 victories. And lastly, morale was generally high throughout. But I wonder, can you keep that confidence when real threats are seeking to destroy or devour you? Or perhaps a comrade has perished before your very eyes, and your team's spirit is broken. These are the questions I wish to see answered. And we shall begin to prepare you for in the coming months. Ultimately, I am impressed. Your continued strength now won't come from winning. It will come from your struggles and hardships ahead of you. Everything that you will go through will prepare you for the next level, and I look forward to seeing that level you all achieve. Well done, candidates.
Well said, all. Return to line, Theodore. And everyone, at ease. This next portion is not required, so if any of you have other needs that you wish to see to, you're welcome to leave. But I figured a light debriefing on the entire keep examination could be in due process, as well as I said, a potential bit of fun. Firstly, does anyone here have an expectation or belief on what the keep was actually testing you on? I'm curious your thoughts. Yes.
A breaking point.
Anyone else? Scout, I saw you up first.
How to work as a larger team?
Arthur, you as well?
Yeah, it was the same.
Dickory?
Adaptation.
Anyone else? Walter?
Situational awareness.
Anyone else have an idea? Axel?
Trusting in each other's teamwork.
Game?
Experimentation, sir.
Felix?
Decision making.
Well, these are very, very good points. And yes,
That didn't happen.
understood.
Nothing happened.
All of these are very good points. And yes, many of these things were tested to a degree in your keep runs. But the very most primary goal was to teach you the importance of information. Because it is your most vital asset as a warden. From the very first group that went in, we kept information from you. The very first group that went in were your scouts. They learned the very first bits of the keep, how it worked, how it operated, and you provided that information to others to expand upon it. Despite the keep getting steadily harder each week, you all still operated well. That is because the team prior provided information properly and efficiently to the others. So even though they did not have the experience of going through the keep themselves, they were still learning as if they had. Information is just as important as experience. It was the primary thing to teach you. The other thing was the unexpected. Many of you had asked me, some had questioned directly, about the glitches that occurred within the keep. I'll inform you now that there were no such glitches. The keep operated as intended all the way through. Any glitches that were unexpected were myself actively integrating with the system and causing these glitches. I wanted to see what would happen in a situation where you encountered unexpected nature, so unexpected that even the teachers who were with you were not sure what to do. And in doing so, got to see each of you experiencing what it is like to go up against the unexpected. Because that is what you will encounter. No matter how much we teach you about magical beasts, there will always be some outside of the norm. There will always be instances that we can never prepare you for. And in those situations, you will only have your friends, your comrades, and your own skill to rely on. On this first bit, are there any questions? Wonderful. I will stress that the mortality rate of orientation is not high in comparison to the rest of your time here. But every year we do lose one or two in the training leading up to becoming a warden candidate. You were the first class in about 16 years that has not lost a candidate. Congratulations on that by itself. However, going forward, you will be encountering more and more dangers. The simulations you saw in the keep will be the last time you see simulations of that nature. Everything from here on out is the real deal. Things will come for your life, and you will fight to protect it. When we return to Reinhold, you will be selecting your casting focus and begin your creation of your arms. Keep in mind that this weapon, and the focus that is imbued within it, will be your only tool of defense against magical beast. Think well on what you're actually going to create, and how it will be useful for not just you, but the partners beside you. With all that being said, the fun I mentioned. Not selecting your warden general, as that would be an easy one. I'm curious on anyone's pride and ambition. So please, raise your hand if you believe you are one of the most valuable people in the final keep run. That you stood above the rest of the pack. No one so bold. Very well. Raise your hand if you would like to nominate someone.
Milo.
Go ahead, Dickory. Bailey?
I might be, well, okay, hang on. I might be a little bit biased to say that, like, everybody on Team 3 was a phenomenal, but everybody on Team 3, Marcus, Avery, Opal, you know, Uriel, everybody was...
Kane.
Sevi.
Isaac.
Milo.
Felix.
Leon.
Rue.
Milo.
Seeing a number of votes for Milo. Very well. Oh, Talia.
Sorry. I do agree with Milo, for sure. And Leon, too. Everybody that was said. Someone from Team 3 specifically, though, that I think did a pretty good job. Marcus.
Leon, I saw you had your hand up as well.
Yeah, Milo and Big Roo for carrying all the supplies and keeping logistics intact.
Respect for the support. Scout.
Mira and Isaac.
Walter.
Marcus.
Marcus.
All of our supports.
And last but certainly not least, Lazarus.
I'd like to nominate Theodore.
I said not the Warden General, but good try. Right, in that case, Theodore and Milo. Step forward. Can I get all of the rest of the candidates to please step over here? Can I get any combat-ready wardens or
Sir.
professors who would like to participate in a fun exercise
Sir.
to step by Ares and Lazarus?
Oh, I thought this was going this way.
Well,
I should.
Congratulatory activity.
Good luck, Milo. Good luck, Theodore.
Sorry, Milo.
my voice wasn't giving out.
That's also why I wasn't even saying anyone's name.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
We got you a good warden before he died.
You're so hopeful.
There we go. Good view here.
What was that?
Can I enter in on the candidate side?
Oh, and there's Adrian.
Not quite that. Go with the teachers.
Are we?
Oh, this is going to be wild.
Is that illusion, my old Sid? Would be real lightning. Would have given them a sort of a spark, a sort of blind.
For some fun, sure. Milo, Theodore, include me in that number as well. And step forward. You two are going to be giving the distinct honor of picking the teams for an exhibition match. Of the Wardens and Instructors.
Interesting.
That's good. That's quite the reward.
Theodore, since you took on the effort
It means the
of
wardens are
being the
fighting
Warden
each other.
General, I will let you have first pick.
They're gonna be sparring.
Better
And
pick
if
a
it's
good
all of them in
team.
active duty, this is gonna be going all out. This is gonna be
Like that ball game, but then.
once in a lifetime kind of situation with all these going on each other's throats. For fun, of course.
Oh no! Instead of throwing a ball at each other, they're going to be throwing whatever magic they have.
It's like war games in the service.
It'll be alright.
Only the team that has Braggy on it, I'm sure.
Lazarus and
Braggy's team gets one less.
Oh, fuck. There we go.
Well, there's a balancing factor.
Well, then go right there.
Braggy wasn't there.
Pardon.
There you go.
Ader.
And Lazarus on probably yes, but just in case.
Let's see who the teams are first, and then we can do who you in.
Oh, 100%.
Rocky's on one team.
Nothing.
Hang on. Excuse me, Barbie.
We need a team first.
Yeah, we gotta wait. Wait, no.
So far.
We have to wait for the teams.
Wait, is Paz participating too?
I guess so.
So. I didn't know Paz could fight.
Listen, I got to experience what Des could do for like 5 seconds.
He is a warden.
That's probably who I'm betting on.
Yeah, honestly, the reason they put Brad and Dusk in that same thing with
It's really interesting.
That's fair, you don't have to say.
I don't know if Aldous is pretty quick with the guns. I go where
I never got your name. The disappearing guy that scares me every time.
That didn't take long, did it?
Aries.
Oh, no, I get to bet against Ares? I'm definitely betting against him.
Not sure there's going to be a win, right? It's just a spar.
Did you see him pick
Yeah, he could like. He picked me up.
Like there's one deciding
Everyone else betting.
Laz is with Aldous.
But he's on the other side.
I've never seen him this far.
You know what he does?
I was going to pick
No, but man's quick as fuck.
God, he's fast and
I know my
focused.
bad.
Braggy threw him into the dome, and he was like momentarily.
With
With
the other candidates.
I thought Bracky's team got one less.
I believe it was evened out number-wise.
These will be our teams.
Even up by Paz in the end.
Be ready. Who would like to be referee? Soliloquy,
Yes,
would
I
that be
thought
you?
something way worse that was going to happen.
Oh, you're just asking if you want to.
I do not like fighting. Reginald are on the same team. It would be kind of sad.
I like.
I don't really want to do money.
Raggy and
That's fair.
Lazarus are on opposite teams because I wanted to see how that would
I've
go.
been spinning my credits.
They're just gonna go nuts. They're not gonna focus on anybody else. It's just gonna be.
Who would like to be our caster?
Whoever buys dinner.
Oh shit, someone can be the caster.
Step forward.
Marcus, I believe you are up for this. You are the loudest.
Marcus, Uriel!
Oh my god.
Can we have two casters?
Do you mean like? Do you mean like broadcaster or like?
Here's a stopwatch.
Me oh my.
See?
Come on, Uriel.
Enjoy giving the play-by-play, but set that for 15 minutes.
This should get really interesting. Good luck out there.
This will be a trip, won't it?
Okay, let's fit.
Perhaps we should sit. We are very tall.
Yeah, hold on, I'm not
Yeah, I agree.
For 15.
That's a very long time.
It's a long time.
Alright.
Doing call-outs is a good practice. I can't not get on my
leadership, but other skills, especially when you are calling out for the defense.
At the end.
Dickory, or Hickory and I were both non-operational as well, Milo.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, I can't say it was on my list either.
Who cooks dinner? Milo. He saved his ass plenty of times.
I'm not sorry.
Not even mentioning the final act of encounter. You went above and beyond when no one asked.
I do not see a future where I let him
I believe in your loud mouth.
We individually.
Good.
Alright,
before we have to be
That's
partial,
really,
who you
that's
betting
really
on?
nice, actually.
Alright,
But,
hold on.
but
Shit,
that's putting your job on top.
Just make sure you keep yourself in check at the same time, Milo. That's my only criticism for you.
He was going in front and.
Yeah, Leon.
Yeah.
You were brutally savaged multiple times, Leon.
Apologies.
I remember several initiatives to drag you out of the line of fire.
Heated so bad that I could not feel my limbs.
I would
Apologies.
see everyone
That's
fighting, and then
why
I felt like I had to
I arched over
go
your
my way,
body
you
so
know?
no one touched you.
Would you expect the same of Bailey? With her broken arm?
I was not cognizant when I passed out.
What Dickory is saying is true.
Do you think less of
From
her?
my perspective, you were in the front too often as a support. While the pile bunker was very effective, I saw you multiple times get your shit rocked in the front line, and Milo had to come and save you and take the brunt of the hit. Learning curves. You're inexperienced. I'm not holding it against you. Just keep that in mind from when we're going forward.
I was questioning Leon.
Milo won't be there every time.
Though, Milo, you should not feel shame.
I'll do better next time.
Hickory and I were both rendered non-operational by the end as well.
I believe Reginald is on his way back right now.
Okay, guys, let's keep
Just.
He answered.
Oh, you did? Okay,
Yes.
good. Good.
The last thing I need is to see you crushed like a can, saving his ass every single time. Don't put yourself in the line of fire all the time, because then that's how you get killed.
Dickory, who are you preparing?
I understand that you're more resilient than us, but at the same time,
People that bet on the. Oh my goodness. Okay.
please be careful from here on out. That sounded like shit.
I believe I would side with Valdris's team.
Yes.
Alright. Valdris as well?
As do
Leon
I.
and I found a rhythm, I believe. At the very least.
I know. However,
It's
a good rhythm. But it's bad when he's in the
Do you think Paz will put them to sleep?
That is my team.
No, you don't.
Potentially.
You don't get to bet. You don't get to bet.
I'm unsure.
Okay, I don't have anything.
I'll vote for Milo's team. How about that?
Alright, Milo's team. The losing team has dinner for the winning team. Like a big elaborate.
Oh, is that all? Oh, okay.
We're on a stipend. Betting for money is kind of boring when we all know how much money we should have. You know?
The exhibition will go for roughly 15 minutes or
Alright.
until one
Sevi, are you
side-
Milo's team as well?
Marcus and Yuri will be our
What?
we'll say casters.
I'm here for a good
And
time.
Marcus has a timer set for
Alright, you're not betting?
so
Fair
when
enough.
to begin and to
Fair enough.
end.
You don't get to bet.
Marcus
Okay.
on the
Here's the pressure. Where did I get here? Which
I'm thinking of adding some capes or some armor if I can get the third line to work with it correctly. Hopefully it won't be too much of an issue. I am just
To be fair, though, Leon, you were strapped for time. It's not done. I can tell that much. It works. It's functional.
Link, I have a lot of questions. Because Valdris and Les are over there.
The one thing I would suggest at the very least, something that isn't close range, as your next addition to it. What that is, I don't know. I'll leave that to you.
Well, lucky you.
Do you have a favorite team, Mal?
Welcome everybody to the morning.
Likewise.
Excellent taste.
That's right. You have to do this all morning now.
We chose as well.
The Warden General.
Yippee! All right.
If it becomes too loud, tell me.
Yes.
Run! Begin! Oh, Jesus! And the whole goddamn... I just see purple. That's just colors. Colors be upon us. You might want to move up there, guys. Just say, I don't know. It's just a suggestion.
Let's get back. Let's get back. Let's get back.
Lightning, shockwaves, the earth shakes around us. Slim Dale is probably feeling it. It's a good thing we don't didn't go get coffee today because the whole fucking store might have just been tipped over. Oh my god. Oh my god, Jesus.
They really said we lost no one this year, so let's do it now.
Get back on the
He got close, but not close enough.
Yes. The pressure wave is large.
Just walking towards people.
If he uses too much force leaping, he will destabilize the blacktop, and that will make it rough terrain for him.
Yes. Plus he'll have to repair it.
I think he would have a much more difficult time jumping on sand, or whatever the blacktop would be reduced to.
Great calls.
They chose this. This is
Very insightful.
Wait, where's Dustin all this?
Greens rushing in, very intimidating. Like, oh, lightning spewing into the air.
Just watch out, Valdris. I'm not being stupid.
What did you put on again?
I You're going at it, guns of weird combination. Beautiful shockwave from Professor Dust over there, encompassing their Valdris. If there was a ring out system,
Is not wind.
Never seen the shield, by the way. That's a new one on Valdris.
Flash is also pretty close to those guns.
Dusk summoning something over here.
It looks like blue hell.
That looks like almost
Honestly, the very best.
The Valdris came prepared.
That almost hit the shield.
Oh, Valdris and Dust going at it. What a combination.
No, I know Valdris can keep
Come on, Braggy.
Point right in the middle.
Oh.
It's probably with the biscuit.
Blink having none of it.
Oh, God! I think I'm gonna have to get static out of my hair for the rest of the evening. But that's the price I'm willing to pay as your announcer.
It's kind of scary.
Get him, come on.
Yeah, I was not expecting this level of injury.
Left, right, down.
You were just ruining everything.
How do I describe that?
Hell,
It's not
looking too good.
as you said earlier.
God.
No, get him, see this.
This is more coherent.
Do you think Doc will be safe in the workhouse?
I can only imagine so. Otherwise, we would be at far more risk being exposed in the air like this.
Yes.
Mountain Man and the
What's happening here?
Damn, these neighbors are
Gentlemen's
loud. They keep shooting each other.
Dusk is still an enigma. They are not using the wind. The sound is off.
I called the wall for nothing, ladies and gentlemen.
It dragged particles into it. Perhaps magnetism? Lightning?
Because I like him.
Watch your flying rocks, everyone.
Perhaps.
Good God! Blacktop is becoming the dirt top of this way, Jesus!
Yeah, who's gonna fucking repair this?
I hope Ader is well. Oh, the sound is likely unpalatable for him.
Yes. Paz is very aggressive.
I wish I had a means to go out there and not die instantly. It would really be nice.
I'm glad I'm not standing because I would have fallen over at least once.
Vision like a photo arm, so I can just walk out there.
I think Carbo having Carbo go down.
Yeah, that's fair, actually.
Oh no.
No, Darkness slash and cut. I don't even know how to describe that bullshit from Ares cutting through Braggy and Ader.
Fisticuffs over here with Reginald and Paz.
Metal fist arms user.
Dusk and the General, you having a little tussle over there. It looks like.
I've seen him in that large suit
If
I wasn't about to talk to, if I wasn't about to ask him to talk to, I totally yelled, just kick him! Just kick him!
Their combat over there is like half the speed of anything else.
Oh my God, Reginald of all people, you demon! Gentleman's bout was so clean. How could you? I do the same thing.
Meanwhile, the General just took like 5 to 6 rounds to the face and is still laughing.
I'm so scared.
Braggy's like, I'm gonna beat you with this motherfucker.
Flash and Ares going at it. Oh, this is Hater's lower half. I hope he didn't need those.
I believe Valdris is trying to outpace his healing.
It feels like Valdris is toying with Reginald over here.
Here comes.
Oh, there goes Flash.
Knocked him down.
No, they're both out. Looks like.
Stomach will do just as well.
No, they're not much fun. I feel like this is a trick. Like, they're being trickery. Trickery's a foot.
Still getting her not at, man. It's fucked up.
Who seems to be trying to heal himself, but I don't know, neglect some of the damage. Speaking of
He remains standing though.
Adds a little.
Oh, no, he doesn't.
But I'm gonna assume they'll be dead.
low blow.
Low blow.
Dancing
Battle of speed now.
on our side. Not your side.
Oh dear.
I'm not gonna point at what's happening to the General back there because he deserves what he's getting.
Oh, it's Ares. Ares made it all shadowy.
Impartial Marcus.
Everything that comes his way, he deserves. Ratch the old bastard.
Is that standing up?
Marcus, that is my team. You cannot say that.
Why am I
Looking at the General still moving in the gravity well.
The what?
The what?
Oh my God.
Say again?
Yeah, that's
about.
about.
Nighttime to his aid and making a circle over there on the left side of the field.
That's a puzzle on the field.
Who's purple? I can't.
I think it's pretty.
It's classic shadow shit.
The shockwaves absorbing Valdris, who just headbutted through it like a madman.
Power clashing each other, you know? But, you know,
Projected some kind of purple filter on his body. I'm gonna assume that,
Oh, Flash is coming up on the side again.
as a shield.
Yes.
You did it again.
Come on, Bulgers.
Gotta stop. That's it.
There's a new young bucket here, Marcus. He's coming for your title. You better run.
I'm not too positive.
The ongoing duel of shooting, moving, and shooting. Oh my god.
Good lord. The blue shockwave absorbs the field as Dusk pushes his way through the center. Oh, but Dusk through it. In the Dusk direction.
The healers are fighting.
Oh, jeez. So healers are fighting.
Baldur's has picked his new target going for Dusk while Bragging seems lost in the moment.
A sneak attack on the general. Who escapes it?
Ader tries to choke out Reginald. He grabs him and throws him across the field like a damn rock. Oh god! Check the devil. How you doing, champ? Any words for people out there? It's only.
How you doing, champ?
How you doing, champ?
That's
nice and all, but that's not what I asked.
Right.
I thought they were trying
Marcus, how much time is left?
That is. Caster, how much time is left?
I'm sure it'll be fine.
Where is that guy?
They can hear him.
Reginald on his knees for the whole time of the day. You would think he. Can't miss that one.
That's a healer for you.
He just keeps regenerating himself. No, can't miss that one. All right.
What'd they say?
Let's see. That's kind of smart, right? From my understanding,
that's a healer for you.
Oh,
Who's insulting the healers?
he was hitting a critical point.
Right now.
I was gonna say, did you remember to start the timer?
Surgically put their hands.
Did you not have the timer going, Marcus?
No, I did. Definitely. Actually, no, we'll give it a minute.
Oh my god.
You forgot to set the timer.
What's going on for a second?
The peak of professionalism, ladies and gentlemen. The general is lifted in the air.
Oh,
Not go down.
What was that? What did fucking
Braggy
Eric
still
say?
has no clue, like,
Whatever the fuck that does.
That man is not a normal person.
Baldrus goes back.
I picked the people that I thought were cool.
What is that name?
I'm not here to assume. I'm here to pick sides.
Lunali has the time, Marcus.
No, you are not here to do that. That is specifically what you are not supposed to do.
I don't think he can hear over his own yelling.
No, I do not believe so.
It's true. You could
He is the loudest man for a reason.
Who are you?
Lunali has the time.
4 minutes? That's easy. Here, I know how to do that. It's easy. Watch this.
Reginald is down.
Yeah, easy boy.
Valgus seems kind of winded.
Is he?
He's taking a knee. He's thinking of what to do next. He's fixing his own back.
Professor, with all respect, you lost a creature.
The young bloods and the general are going after Braggy, trying to go for that title. They want the belt.
tap tap.
I just looked over there. Yeah, they're having a good time over there.
There's a dusk in them over there. They're down for the count.
Yeah, they are. It's Dusk and Paz.
Even with his giant shadow veil or whatever the fuck you want to call this thing, Baldur's is taking pot shots into it with his right gun.
This is providing much information on rolls.
Who's skull? That's where you would find out. I think Braggy could do it.
Who's winning? Braggy can do it. Probably. I think Team Blood.
We'll figure that out after, I think.
Left team. Oh.
I believe the team that we had picked is currently in the lead.
They have more up.
It seems so.
Oh no.
Yeah, you would laugh at that, wouldn't you, Felix, huh? You would. I heard that.
Braggy just backhanded it.
He's literally disappearing from how fast he's kicking off the ground, going after the Shadow Boy and the General.
Hey, what's Baldrus doing?
Baldrus seems to have powered up.
Timer check.
Timer check.
I believe 2 minutes. roughly.
Right now,
2 minutes.
might give him 2 minutes since he's with Asia right now.
Come on, Braggy! He's getting fucked up!
Blow for blow in the center of the pit.
Like circling like the black pit.
Hey, Steiner.
Yeah, if you want to get close to that, that's all you. I'm no, like hell I am. Don't get so strong.
You might.
These fucking idiots.
What are they doing?
Oh. Unseen recording.
Uh-oh.
I believe Soliloquy has taken exception to that.
Thank you, Professor.
I believe he is providing protection.
Yes.
Ooh, a little bit of light wind or whatever you want to call that from Valdris trying to encompass your old bragging.
That's not wind.
The general has
That is not wind. Oh.
Wait, I'm a little scared of my choices in bed.
Apparently.
Soliloquy's right here.
Yeah, if you pick Braggy's team, he's the only one left on his team.
He doesn't wear shoes 90% of the time.
Fine, he's a wall. He can do it. He'll win.
Yeah, it's kind of
Braggy taking a bunch of blows on the fucking head.
You know, I really don't know.
We're gonna have to clean up this blacktop so
We say Earth Core.
I believe Opal has taken Braggy's hat somewhere.
But he's taking it just fine.
I see.
Interesting.
I thought it was very heavy. I hope she does not strain something.
Yes.
Time check!
It seems our instincts were correct for the correct team, however.
Yes.
I promise.
The fact that you said you think.
Don't say that.
How much time is left?
As long as Bragg don't.
Time.
Fucking rock this way, I think we'll be okay. Oh, speaking of.
Wants to take bets that he just bullshit that number.
Was that like?
You're damn right.
I think we need to call it.
Of course it is. I'll win it too.
No idea.
I'm sure you would.
Valdris' holstering weapons, I think that's it.
Yes, Marcus just called it.
Hate me for anything ever again.
Yes.
Oh, I think your team won.
Yeah, you have your team standing, so
yeah, I would say that you won, Milo. Well, I think I lost. That's not fair.
It appears that our dinner needs will be taken care of.
Yes.
That was bullshit.
That's why the whole shit of fun.
Right.
Well done, Principal.
That means we have to make dinner.
Fine.
We have benefited immensely from his performance.
Performance across the board by all our wardens and professors. This display is to give you a bit of example of what teamwork looks like on a grander scale. Even one-by-one combat is something you should expect at this point, but it is more of a display of power than anything else. With that, I believe we're done for the day. The next week will just be final testing, so you have free time for the rest of the week.
Oh, that's cool.
Hell yeah.
I don't know how to process it just happened.
Well, one way to look at it is that you made a calculated decision and you were correct. Your team won.
That was not calculated. I just picked people I thought were cool.
Sometimes it's just intuition.
Excuse me, everyone.
I chose based on
Team
vibe.
Theodore has to make dinner for Team Milo.
Whomever the betting, you know who you vote or you bet on. Good job, everyone.
There we go.
That's that. Well,
Yeah, that's right. Marcus,
not to clean a fucking library. Nearly forgot.
Isaac,
Damn it.
please do make sure you go to the library after
I
this.
guess.
You did.
I think everyone.
they had
I
better
think everyone
teamwork.
did a good job.
It was team.
That's a good job.
Indeed, it was.
Candidate Sevi.
Just calling shots.
Candidate Hickory and Dickory. My office.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
See you around, Sevi.
Don't forget your duty, Isaac.
Of course not, Paz.
Shall we?
For the record.
I was told you did well first.
It's like calories blown away. Those magnets are good, right? The tail is the reserve.
Actually, it may be for safety reasons. Be safe for her to head to the keep to test this.
Understood.
Are you all prepared?
Yes.
I believe Bragg had mentioned he might want to be here for this. If you want to grab him, Sevi.
Okay.
Have you two procured all your equipment? And were you able to replicate the signal?
Yes, I was able to produce a transmitter with a similar signal. It should be identical to the original.
Very good.
We determined that while it uses civilian channels, the equipment that it would take to produce such frequencies was summarily not civilian.
Yes. Military or otherwise would be a requirement. Not something that any regular civilian can access.
Perhaps a caravan,
Understood.
but most caravans do not have the finances to
separate channels,
procure
I believe.
excess. Yes.
Some high-end caravans maybe, but my suspicions are elsewhere.
Hmm.
Is Braggy on his way? Ah, there we go.
I believe so.
Should be.
Let us go to the keep then.
Sir.
There.
Thank you for your excellent performance. We do not have to cook dinner.
Yes.
Understood.
Excellent fight out there, Professor.
Thank you.
I am glad you found your hat.
I enjoyed it.
I was told it had been moved.
Yes.
Come inside.
Was holding it for me.
And thank you for looking out for it. Dickory? I'll have you operate the device.
Understood.
Hickory, keep your ears out, since you were able to
Yes.
hear the specifics and the frequency. And Sevi, you will tell me how you are feeling as this performs, alright? If at any point you think it is angering you too much, tell us to stop.
Okay.
And Bragi, for context, we were able to isolate a signal that Sevi heard during the last field or keep during the finale. Those artificial creatures.
What they were reacting to.
Yes. However, we have a
The
signal.
effects are immediate.
We have a signal from the radios that we have been trying to look into.
Yes.
The device there will provide that signal, and we're going to see if the signals are similar to the ones that Sevi reacted to before, and that Dickory was able to hear. Are you ready, Dickory?
On your mark, sir.
Dickory?
Yes.
Sevi? Very well. Begin. The frequency will begin playing.
It may be information.
I feel a little angry, but it's not as bad as in the keep.
Turn it off.
Shall we test if it has an effect on the simulated creatures?
The signal may have been conveying data.
The frequencies are entirely different between all the data that can be provided through a mechanism like this, as opposed to a simple radio wave. Perhaps it is simply just not enough. However,
It feels incomplete.
that does confirm one thing. If that signal and the signal of the creature has anything in common, that means that that signal is from Argus. Which means we now know who our spy is affiliated with.
You said one of their titled wardens has a sibling here now.
Yes, though I do not think that they are... I would not put it past the titled warden to send spies here. But their own sister is not exactly the spy type, and would be a bit on the nose.
There may be no direct need for a spy. After a certain point, information of what has happened to the keep will eventually spread once we return to Reinhold.
Highly possible, yes.
Even in passing, that information may be seeked out.
It's not information about the keep, though, that I'm worried about.
The point of concern
No,
I
I'm
can
referring
think
to
of is that the tampered radios were placed all over Lindell, both in civilian and campus structures.
Yes, before we had arrived.
Which likely means they had someone arrive ahead of the orientation, knowing that their plant would be here. What they likely didn't know is that we were provided data from one of the researchers of Argus, who's unrelated to this situation. I find it highly unlikely that a researcher of Argus would have provided that data if they knew that it had anything in common with the frequency they were already using. What surprises me greatly, though, is that their frequency has anything to do with your anger.
Though it wasn't as strong, I still felt it.
It was unnatural.
She has been sensitive to sound. It is both a positive thing.
Yes. Every bone in my body was telling me that those things were unnatural and that they had to be killed immediately. I realized about myself that I respond positively and negatively to sounds. For example, when it comes to calming me down, I listen to music played by Uriel or others. But when that music becomes really intense and angry and frustrated, I feel that. I don't know why. It affects my anger and my mood.
I guess the real question is if that is the case with just you.
Or is that the intended effect?
Has Argus benefited from any attacked cities recently?
Argus, like the other Academy cities, always benefits from cities' downfall.
Resources are resources.
Perhaps.
Not just that, but the Academy cities are also frequently targeted for refugees. Reinhold, Edmund, and Argus often accept the most refugees from shield falls. So every time there is a shield fall, each of the cities typically will receive a population increase. Mostly because of some of the few cities that can handle refugees without too much trouble. But it is a benefit to have more people when your product is people. The Academy cities produce well-maintained people with specific skills that the other cities need. So keeping a steady flux of people through their doors is good business.
Help them find a purpose when they've lost theirs.
Yes.
Indeed. Reinhold is guilty of this as well. They foster a following. You will find that the Council does the same as the Argus and Edmund Councils. There will be individuals who are more focused on their loyalty to Reinhold than they are of any betterment of Eden. But that is also how we've entered into the current situation we're in now, where Argus, Edmund, and Reinhold are constantly vying for power against each other. If Argus has in fact sent a spy here, and they're looking for information, then it's very likely that the primary target is our Magisteel recipe.
It's also possible they have secondary targets, those being amongst the candidates themselves.
Indeed. Especially
I
this
would
year,
agree
we
with
have a
that.
number of candidates who have unique backgrounds, and their histories could prove useful for Argus. In truth, I worry about that in regards to both you two, Sevi, and Milo.
Milo has no knowledge of his past before 3 years ago, but he was found in Reinhold.
And should he discover what the past of his knowledge is, that information in itself could have untold potential. More than ever, the history of Eden is becoming more and more important to us. If Milo has answers, Argus would want them.
I believe
Certainly, each of your skills and the number of the skills of your fellow candidates could be useful if they're trying to scout you.
Yes.
Knowing what you want and what you need, it's very easy for Argus or Edmund to try and entice you to their cause.
Though I believe he is from Douglas, Leon has taken notable steps to involve himself in helping Milo investigate himself for both his safety, if he is innocent, or otherwise. I would recommend oversight over all of his examinations into Milo.
You'll have to ask Milo how trusting. Milo likely wouldn't know. If Leon, for whatever case, might in fact be this person, if they've already found Milo has interest, maybe that is where the interest comes from.
If Leon is not a spy, but he has the knowledge, he will become a target.
Indeed.
Oversight will benefit both him and Milo for their safety.
It's highly unlikely whoever this individual is would not have been
teaching candidates how to not give away information.
I have tried many a year to teach candidates not to speak.
Perhaps an assignment?
Many a year I have failed. But, at the very least, I can try and keep people to be confidential in certain matters. Fortunately, as of right now, the candidates shouldn't know anything that they shouldn't know. With the exception of 2 who I've already spoken to.
Sir? Perhaps an assignment would work? Present certain people with the mission of being a spy, and present certain people with information to protect. It will present practices and perhaps give perspective on performance or lack thereof.
The mindset they would adopt in order to complete the assignment may be the most useful part of that.
Correct.
It's not a bad idea. I'll mull it over and make a decision.
You could target notable people. Theodore, the captains, have them publicly given information, and have a certain number of candidates given the mission to gain that information.
If
I want you all to share your findings with the rest of the candidates. Mark, when you explain that there is a potential of someone being from Argus, people's facial expressions, their reactions. Whoever the mole is, us knowing that they exist, they will find out one way or another. But if we can use it as a surprise factor, maybe we can catch them on a glance. If you note anyone has an odd reaction when you're telling them, let me know.
This may be a strange question, but are there those within our candidacy that would be desperate to take coin in return for peddling information like that?
There are a few who would stand to benefit from more currency, yes.
After all, knowing that they are from... Not every person needs to be from a city to operate in its interests, nor do they need to be aware of the city that they work for.
Correct. Though saying I don't think coin would be enough, when the position of warden, at least, would offer you enough coin to survive much longer, generally. It would have to be a very large sum for the risk. Not that Argus couldn't manage it, but that would be a pretty large investment, I would think.
Blackmail is also an option.
Yes.
Blackmail is probably more likely. Given the particulars of the Witch of Shadows, there is also another option, but...
Threats.
The Witch of Shadows is... She is a user of a special core. She uses a curse core. It's one of the only one of its kind. And I do not, in truth, know what it can do fully. Just that I have had a number of other titled wardens inform me that they wish not to be on her bad side. Someone who commands that level of respect should be worried about, if she is in fact the one who is leading this.
Is there a reason her sister came here instead of Argus?
You would have to ask her. Her sister is Ione.
Understood.
Noted.
I would not usually provide student information, but given the potential of her involvement, might be worth. If she asks how you found it out, just say that her last name was uttered in your presence, and you heard the last name of the titled one before. Put two and two together.
As Paz said, there are many newspaper clippings going back decades to centuries in the library. We have spent much time in the library.
Indeed. For now, if you find anything, let me know. I will keep studying and find other ways to try and do this.
Aside from Sevi and Arlo, are there any candidates you consider above suspicion that we should note?
There are a few that I think wouldn't make quite sense, at least for the usage. Having reviewed a number of files over the past time, after looking through the investigative report of Mr. Sarkis, he's clearly an individual from Greedon and has no connection to Argus. He is a fugitive. Sevi's particular upbringing makes it an odd choice. I would even go as far to say that Salem and Walter would likely be in similar states, as they are also products of Ashbourne. From there, it becomes a little more dubious. There are obviously people who have been around Reinhold all their lives, like Arthur, who may hold more allegiance to Reinhold than anyone else. And there are people like Mira, who has been disposed, so haven't had the opportunity to be contacted. So I don't think either of them are likely.
We ruled out Clink's assistant, as he was likely thoroughly vetted before led into his labs.
Simon is also a holder of some very unique information. And to that end, I have also ruled out Marcus and Opal. Opal's family has connection to Sylph, and Marcus's Blackstone family is far too important to be involved in mess with Argus.
We were uncertain of Chesed, but he is highly anxious, so we do not believe he has the demeanor of a spy.
All of the researchers in faculty, at least, have been vetted by myself a number of times before they arrived. If I thought any of them had any potential to be a spy, I would not have hired them. I think they are.
I believe that would also go for the wardens. From my understanding, they have much easier methods to speak with candidates if they were to have an untoward motivation.
I trust Lazarus is
There would
better
be
than a
no
number
need
of
for as
them,
much
but
secrecy.
yes.
They already have samples of the new Magisteel.
Yes.
Rigorously.
Indeed.
I doubt it could be a warden.
So, is it for sure a student then?
I think it's looking likely that it is, yes.
Based on where the
Makes
bugs
sense
were
given
placed.
the timing and where it was placed. I think it must be a student.
Hmm.
Mull
The
it over
only
and think on it.
civilian involvement that may happen would be potentially a handler at most, but the fact that the bugs have been present since before we arrived at Lindell would disavow that notion. They have no need to keep someone here. They can transmit from afar.
Lindell is operational outside of the orientation every 2 years as a full-fledged town, so any visitor may have worked.
Any random person passerby, any maintenance person who's come through could have very easily been paid off to do it without knowing what they were doing. Right. Acha just came in, and I know there were people waiting.
Sir? Your device?
Keep it.
Understood.
Oh. I believe the two of you will want to speak with me and Mira. After reviewing the footage, there are some things I would like to show you.
Understood.
Sir?
At
Sevi? We should proceed.
At some... Okay.
Yes. I
Let's
was
proceed
wondering.
outside first.
I was wondering, since there is a way to make Magibeast angry, I wonder if there is a way to soothe them.
If the signal was able to induce that effect on you, it may be helpful to test other signals to see if it would be providing a positive stimulus.
If that's the case,
Or this before.
Hmm.
Arms that can induce behavior.
We theorized about a radio in class.
Yes. Though, I believe that would not be the case with the signal we had just dealt with. I say that because
That
the
would not be
signal
in
that
arms.
I was able to create with the transmission would be isolated. It is not connected to any casting foci. Or we have made the discovery of the century.
Perhaps.
Of signals inducing behavior without being attached to an arms.
And yet, there was an effect.
If I could. I'm wondering if I could potentially have that be a ability I can do with an arms to soothe Magibeasts.
You could try. Perhaps. Most Magibeasts have a typed core, from my knowledge. I do not know if your core has a type.
I believe she has a design foci.
The design foci regulates the mana blood in me. And
But
the
it is not
specific
elementally aligned.
cores- The specific cores that it needs to function is light and earth.
Perhaps there is a resonance.
Maybe. I would think more on this.
There have been previous attempts of arms that can induce behavior in Magibeasts. It has been done before.
And it is worth a shot. I am going to be a support after all. I think that could help.
It may also become not an immediate concern, but one to note for later. If that signal has an effect on you that is negative, we may want to find a way to jam it. Though that could have communication difficulties on other signals if we're not careful. I would not wish for us to nullify any mode of communication if we can help it.
Sound is tricky, but perhaps layering something over it may neutralize it. Music was not enough, but perhaps a similar frequency that blends with it might make it more palatable. Perhaps. But this is speculative.
More will come in time. So.
You may want to involve Uriel. He spoke to me before about having his arms related to sound.
I will speak with Uriel, see what he thinks.
Keep your eyes focused on those who approach you and Uriel during these forays into research. Everyone in our cohort knows that his music affects you.
True.
While he has not given us reason to suspect him, he may also be approached for information.
Considered.
What are we to do about talking to everybody about the potential of a spy?
I believe it is best broached in small groups. And perhaps, yes, perhaps by reaching out to the ones that we know or are assured are above suspicion, we can diversify our search.
That sounds like a good idea.
I believe it is important to warn Milo as well.
Yes, I want to warn Milo, and in the event, maybe Leon, see how he gauges about this information.
Yes.
It should be important.
I would be curious about Isaac's reaction, as well as Theodore's.
We will need to broach the subject when his mask is off.
Yes. I was not able to inform you of it before, as the information had been considered separate from present circumstances, but there were radios affected by jamming bugs
that produced the
campus.
strange signal.
Yes.
There were,
They
I
were
believe,
conveying it
5
to disrupt it.
in the dorm rooms. There was one in the library. There was one in the tavern.
There was one in
the
my
cafe.
room. That's what that was about then.
I will note that,
Make sure not to
as
become too
stated
overly
before,
suspicious. It will make them easier to hide if they know they should be hiding.
Yes.
the bugs were planted prior to our arrival, so the likelihood of any of the bugged dorms containing a spy is as likely as flipping a coin.
We chose our rooms ourselves.
It was equal. Yes.
I believe...
There would be no way ahead of time to know which one to pick, otherwise it would only be a single bug, not 5. in the
I
dorms.
believe perhaps the best opening move, as it were, would be to speak negatively and suspiciously of Argus in accordance of the false magical beasts.
Mm.
Gauge reactions there.
See who defends Argus.
Or who shies away from the subject of misdeeds.
Sounds like a good idea then. I don't think we should stay away from them for too long.
Yes, that is correct.
It's about time we return.
Mm-hmm. We'll figure this out.
I have not perfected it yet, but before Reinhold, I will have something for you. Hello, Talia.
Hello to both of you.
Yes. Greetings. Were you tending to the plants?
Kind of. I'm not exactly sure how to. It was more so just looking them over.
I believe Big Roo is very well informed on their maintenance.
I've seen him over
Yes,
here
I
a few
believe
times whenever
those
I'm
are
in
some of
class.
his tomato crops.
Oh, that's where he... Right, he was growing
Yes.
those and handing those out, wasn't he?
Yes.
I picked a few of the flowers, and I'm gonna press them in my journal.
I would recommend using wax
A
paper.
little bit of the... Okay. Wax paper, got it. Thank you. Just in case there's not as much green whenever we get to Reinhold.
There is not much in cities, no.
They had mentioned a large lake. There may be verdant greenery around it, depending.
Perhaps.
Its purpose is research, not industry, so it is unlikely to be used for industrial purposes.
Mm. Well, hopefully that'll be nice to see.
Yes.
As nice as a bustling city is, I've gotten very used to all of the trees and everything.
It took some getting used to.
I wonder how Sylph compares.
Perhaps someday. Do you believe we should report to Valdris's office, or seek out him and Mira elsewhere?
We should at least see we should at least check to see if he's in.
Yes.
We were asked directly to approach.
Arms use is to only be on school grounds.
Well, seeing it's a little bit alarming, that is how it should be from the beginning anyway.
Knock, knock.
Come in.
I do not believe Principal Valdris is in.
Principal not in?
Not in here, no. I stole his office.
Understood.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
You
looking for Valdris?
Yes, he wanted to speak with us and one other candidate.
I believe he went out searching for Mira.
Understood. Thank you, sir.
Understood. Thank
Who,
you.
from my recollection, was told that they went down towards town, so I'm sure Valdris is down there somewhere.
Noted.
Understood. Thank you, Paz.
Very good.
Thank you for showing us your ability to fight.
Hello, Stitch.
Hello.
Thank you again for your sewing lessons.
No problem. I have no idea where that is.
Apologies for the delay.
Paz is a very interesting conversationalist. It is to be expected.
He had stressed experience.
I think you went that way looking for me, and I went that way looking for you.
We gotta decide who's
I
moving
went
where.
like everywhere.
But that was
and I think I
about
might have barely passed you.
10
Maybe I was
minutes
like
ago,
excited to do
so
you, and I was
he
like,
may or may not still be there.
I'll find him. I'll find him. Then keep it quiet. I gotta tell him myself.
I know we submitted one for a keep run, but maybe like some personal insight from each student for the final.
Oh, trust me, I mean, if I wasn't... I'm so thankful you trusted me, though, or a guy who's like, I'm just gonna...
I mean, listen, listen, if you exist in this location and Baldur's hasn't arrested you, I am
Wooden
assuming
parts.
something didn't hit you.
Hello.
That's a little bit worrying, I'm not gonna lie.
Bring it on.
Target found?
Okay, cool.
For me, all I want is a sniper rifle, right? I want a rifle that can shoot far and accurately. Good.
Greetings. Apologies for the delay.
It is alright. I discussed this with Mira already, but I did review the footage after what you had reported to me. It appears that the illusion on the mechanical beast did not properly show, but it does appear that it did ricochet. Mira did not miss their shot, it hit the creature and bounced. Unfortunately,
Understood.
that ended up with it hitting you.
Noted. I did
think
not.
that it was me who was hit and not an organic target.
Agreed.
I did not presume it was purposeful.
Given your outburst before, I thought it may be good to be sure.
If I thought she was trying to kill my sister, I would have used my gun, not my hand.
Of that I have no doubt. But still. Yeah?
I'm glad you're okay. All things considered.
Looking for...
Yes. Thank you.
And I don't blame you. For the record, you know.
Noted.
In your shoes, I probably would have done the same.
Yes.
My sister and I take care of each other. Always.
That's good.
And clarity is good then.
Yes.
That is all.
It has given much thought towards arms development.
The issue was resolved the same day.
Ideas to think of.
So if I wanted a gun with all kinds of effects on it, like 20 or 30 different...
You're free to move on.
Then...
That was all.
Understood.
What
Thank you, sir.
with the different cores?
To the dusk.
Shall we change into casual clothing?
Yes. I believe people will be more receptive to casual conversation if we are unarmed.
Yes.
Really fun to get everyone together and
Welcome to Marcus has to go have a conversation now.
We shall proceed.
Yes. I am glad that Mira and that we have an understanding with Mira.
Yes. As eldest brother said, anger is a poison. Expel it as soon as possible.
If you are to use it to inspire.
Or survive.
That too.
Hello, Rue.
Hello. Dickory.
Greetings.
Marcus. Marcus.
Your downfall.
You're loud.
Marcus.
Damn, got me there.
Remember that distinctly.
Yeah?
May I speak with you?
The fall of Vanderhall.
What?
As long as they're in the middle of a conversation right now. Sure, what's up?
Opal may come as well.
Candidates were brought to the front line because Vanderhall was closed.
I might be able to take too long because we are meetings
There is currently a risk that a member of our cohort is engaging in intellectual property theft for Argus.
Hello, Theodore.
Huh?
The Magisteel recipe.
Really? I had a fucking feeling, to be honest with you, if they were here to steal anything. Where did this all come from?
Do you remember the debacle with the radios?
I do, in fact.
My sister and I investigated further, as she has made a hobby of playing with the radio in our downtime. There were disruptors placed in multiple radios around the town and in the dorms, and even one in the library. We were able to track down a frequency that led to the relays out past the side of the city on the bakery. With follow-up investigation and input from Principal Valdris, Argus was, well, initially Greedon, but then Argus was identified as the most likely suspect. We also found that there was a similarity between the frequency we isolated and the strange, false magical beasts that enraged Sevi in the keep. Argus data.
Well,
Argus? Remind me?
the rabbit hole sure does
One
go
of the
deep,
other
doesn't it?
academy cities.
Oh.
Hello, Mel.
Oh. Oh. That's not good.
Oh, we are likely fostering a spy from them among us.
Yes.
I was seeking Marcus's opinion on the matter, as a Blackstone would have intimate familiarity
Strong
with
opinions on,
intellectual
yeah.
property
We're
theft
trying to
attempts.
steal credibility and, yeah, very familiar, unfortunately.
I believe built fortis tough is the term used.
Build Ford is tough.
I can ask Ione about it since she's from there. Maybe she knows something.
Yes, I did not want to corner her about it. Hello, Walter.
Howdy. Something happened while...
Ione, she's from Argus.
Yes, her sister is a titled warden from there.
Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
I am unsure why she elected to join Reinhold's program, but I am sure she holds strong feelings.
Well, Dickory,
It is best to give space.
if you could give me some updates on this whenever, if anything fruitful comes of it, let me know, alright?
Yes.
I'm pretty familiar with this property stealing ideas. We have to go speak to the professors, actually, me and Opal both, about some particular topics of our own, so...
Of course.
Well, on a lighter note, the Warden General has offered to pay the expenses of our celebration.
That was kind of him.
How fortuitous.
To a limit, he said. There is a limit to it, but he'll pay for he'll pay for more.
He is a
Did he say only from the
prodigious...
bakery?
Yes, he is a prodigious customer.
No, I think it was...
I believe if
only from the
you...
bakery.
I believe if you tell him that the largest expenses were from the bakery, you could perhaps stretch his limit of reason.
Yes.
Perhaps, but I'll save it probably all for tomorrow when we have more time. I think all of us are debriefing a little bit and having nice long chats.
Yes.
I'm discovering the power of this pointer.
I would be mindful of that in your organic eyes.
I've been told that multiple times, but I found that it stops most of our classmates in their tracks and they just focus on it.
I do not know where they went.
Oh, hold on, now I'm offended. I can definitely do it.
Okay, then go spy on someone.
Are you... Hi.
Hello.
Sorry,
Principal Valdris does not think you are the spy.
See, okay, well,
It has been covered ahead of time.
No one thinks you could be a spy.
Fine, that wasn't
I
gonna
believe
be
the
my
term he
specialty
used
anyway.
was, it would be on the nose.
You are emphatically from Argus.
Yes.
At least I'm the only one that said it out loud. I
That
don't know
was a
if there's anybody
consideration.
else here.
It was broached that
But
they do
no,
not have to
I'm no
be
spy.
from Argus to benefit Argus, or at least a party in Argus.
They would only need to benefit from Argus, not be from it.
Yeah,
Whether through the carrot or the stick.
There were
completely
multiple
understood.
technological modifications made to things in Lindell prior to our arrival.
I can say I have
Before
no...
your arrival.
Prior to our arrival. So far before yours.
That's...
That part was likely done by a handler or a third party that did not know what they were installing. But we have looked into the signal that was isolated as a point of concern, and it showed notable similarities to data provided from Argus.
I see. For context, I was just letting him know I did lie about some things, but it's not because I am a spy. And I'm kind of offended you don't think I could be a spy. Anyway, it's fine.
Is it tied to the fact that you
he's my-
decided to be a warden for Reinhold instead of the sister where your or the city where your sister is a warden?
Who told you that?
We heard your last name.
You've mentioned that your sister is a warden.
Right. My surname got out, huh?
What's her name?
There are reasons I'm here. They're kind of convoluted, I will say that much. But, Principal Valdris was kind enough to give some leeway. But, that's probably a lot for, right now. So, but anyway, where did you hear my last name from? That wasn't from my mouth, right? That wasn't from me, right?
I do not believe you announced yourself that way.
Okay, good. I didn't mess up
We have
anything.
been examining our cohort for possible... Yes, we have been examining most of our cohort over the past couple weeks, since we began investigating the radios.
Yes.
I see. Where did you get the surname from? If you don't mind me asking.
We asked Valdris for the basic information on most of our cohort. Then I systematically went through and confirmed where everybody was from, or would admit to being from. This happened during our initial investigations into Greedon as the likely culprit.
Right.
Initially, I ruled you out entirely because of Argus, we had to reassess.
And due to your timing of arrival.
I also have no knowledge of mechanical at all. And I don't
You would not
wish
need
That's
to.
a lot to learn on my plate.
Our concern was hearing the altered signal would be a sign to any prospective spy.
Yes.
I see.
It is not something that would
all right.
require mechanical knowledge.
Well, you see how far my brain goes, so yeah. But anyway, thank you for letting me know.
Yes, I did not wish to publicly corner you with this information, but I thought it would be important to let you know that we were investigating Argus without making you feel you were being targeted.
No, it's fine. It happens.
Similarly,
sometimes.
as we understand you are uncomfortable about discussion of the surname, that will not leave this discussion.
It's
we do not
only
wish
because
to...
there have been really I will say this nicely, unwanted attention. And sometimes it could be hostile. So,
I
under
can understand.
security reasons. Yeah, so...
As speaking with
now,
Braggy and some of the other wardens, locations and information about personnel are critical information, especially if they are titled. We do not wish to endanger you.
I appreciate it. Yeah, it was just a good concern that I'm trying to do my best not to fuck up, considering someone went to great lengths to make sure my safety was ensured here. So, yeah. But I appreciate it. But yeah, I think we're done here. Unless you have anything else.
I suppose, does anyone here seem as though they spent time in Argus? In their demeanor?
I'm sorry, one more time? I didn't quite catch that.
Does it seem like anybody here has spent significant time in Argus by their demeanor? Or behavioral patterns? Has anybody reacted to you in a way that made you think they may have recognized you?
The best kind are the ones that don't show it, unfortunately. For certain tasks, I'm pretty sure they wouldn't just send an amateur. If they were from or for Argus. I think
see.
that is an information segment I'm allowed to
Perhaps
say
they will
at
feel
the
more
very least.
comfortable knowing that Arlo was taken briefly, although his record has been expunged at this point.
Yes. He is a refugee
Any
now.
comfort that would have afforded a spy would be past.
Perhaps that is why the principal told us to start spreading the information and seeing what ripples emerged.
Light fire.
I sure hope he's okay.
It appears he is treated as a refugee. I imagine we'll see him in Reinhold.
That's good to know. I mean, not my partner, but he seemed like a good person.
From sparring with him, I did not sense any ill intent, nor did I believe him to be a spy. I found it unusual. Spending time engaging with him in combat is time that he cannot spend spying. Therefore, I could vouch for his evenings.
He was also low on our list.
Yes.
Though, my stuff was sort of looked through, but I really couldn't tell if that was perhaps faculty or maybe myself forgetting.
In your dorm?
Was it
or
your stuff in here?
On the train.
It
Or
was near my
elsewhere.
bed in my dorm, the dorm that we share.
Only students and faculty have access to this area.
Safe to say, I turned it into head of security, so it's away now.
Have you heard of anyone else having their belongings disturbed? I do not believe I have.
I believe there was a small hubbub when Opal pickpocketed people in the town.
Yes, though...
I have not heard of anything since. Though we can ask.
It would be unconnected. Guess I would have to imagine so.
Mal, were any of your things searched through? Or displaced?
No. Nothing of importance really was looked through. I submitted everything to the staff to look over. They didn't.
Was anything
seem
missing?
out of place.
No, everything was accounted for.
I do
Which room is
not know
yours?
if you'd be willing to...
Room 5.
That was one with a tampered radio. Though the tampering was done before rooms were chosen.
When did you find your belongings tampered with?
I believe it was the day I was told that Arlo was arrested, and later, Professor Hayden
not the
told me
final exam,
that
then.
he informed me that I should go check my room and throw my belongings and whatnot and all that, and later I turned it in to Talus for
Curious.
the rest of it, but he didn't think the semen was tampered with, but it was also a possibility? I don't know.
But you had found your belongings disturbed. That would have been brought up to Valdris if that were the case. Or if it were being treated as actionable information. If it were reported immediately afterwards, that information could be conveyed faster than the caravan could to Reinhold.
Yes.
But it was not, or it was considered immaterial. And nothing is missing. You would not have brought anything with you that would be sensitive, I can only imagine. Most of us have brought only the minimum required.
Though you were open and honest about coming from Argus. So perhaps they may have mistaken you for a new handler or one with correspondence or unknowingly carrying a message.
Or perhaps someone may have known enough to take advantage of the situation to implicate Arlo. Regardless of not what his role is.
Was anything missing?
Were he a spy
or
or not?
added?
Added? I don't really know. I was actually just looking to see if anything was missing.
Did you bring any mechanical devices?
No, I don't
Understood.
really mess with that kind of stuff. That's worrying, though.
It is... provides an interesting addition, if that were the case. It would be very difficult for any other student to access a room that is not their own.
Unless they already had the keys. Perhaps provided by the person who tampered with the radios to begin with.
You didn't see anybody go in our room, like, that usually wouldn't be in there, but...
Not that I've seen. The only other person who's been in that room was Bailey and whoever their partner was before me, and then Axel.
Axel is a new arrival as well. And there is much to ponder.
There is.
Yes.
Thank you for your time.
My apologies. I have a habit of that.
Yeah, not a problem. I guess I'll look through my room later tonight, see if anything was added. I'm not sure what to look for, though. What am I looking for? I guess.
The first time it was a small piece inserted into the radio. I would recommend looking through your furniture and belongings.
Would you be willing to allow me into your room? You are allowed to supervise, of course.
I don't have a problem, do you?
If there is a foci involved, I will find it.
Yes.
That is without question.
Perhaps in a cell where it is not meant to be. We can check.
Yes.
Alright.
Shall we?
And then there's Leon, there's Bailey, and there's a little raccoon.
Oh, the one that was going haywire. Oh.
Yeah. And there's Chicken Dicky. And that's it. That's in my book.
I love it. It looks so good.
Thank
How long did you work on? I see you have something on your arms, idea. Have you decided on anything yet?
Hello, Warden General. Excuse us. We are conducting counterintelligence efforts.
You have no reason
Yes.
to be excused from me. This is your place, not mine.
Mal sleeps across from me, and Arlo slept in the corner over there. And this one's my bed.
Up here, before that was Bailey.
Yeah. Right.
I have notified the relevant sources.
Where did you keep your documents?
Right there. And it used to be right there
Hmm.
before I turned it in.
It has been turned in?
Yes.
Understood. One moment. Oh, remind you of the cover. I will try to listen to see, or to hear if there's anything.
I will examine the radio again.
It might be a bit.
Of course.
Do the corporations in Bloxdale have to deal with situations like this?
The Rorick Mining Company occasionally has spies from the other minor mining companies, but they're pretty good about keeping everything in line and not having too many leaks.
I see. The cities are always so strange to me.
How so?
My apologies. this is the first full conversation that we get to have. I wish it were
I suppose it because home is simpler.
Completely understandable. Trust me. It happens. It happens a lot.
Sometimes there is disharmony in our family, but it is dealt with swiftly.
Things I have to go through.
There are not factions.
It's alright.
I see. Is that partially why you had applied makeup? To cover your body?
It is not somewhere that can be found upon Eden. Home is very far away now.
Not on Eden.
I can only hope that we will be in a spot where you're able to convey yourself without fear of reprisal or
Like the only stuff that's not on Eden is all the,
more examination.
I guess, the places that were cut off after the calamity.
That is why I said it would be preferable that
Like one of
this
those.
was not our first interaction. You have seemed quite lovely after all.
Thank you.
We are not from the Feywild, if that is what you mean.
Would you be able to tell me of Argus? Your experiences, that is, not of its grander city nature, I suppose. It is
Our home was lost to us half a dozen years ago.
Goodness, it is a.
See.
How would I describe it? It is a mixed pot of bright.
Out of character, you guys are not gonna find anything.
Thank you.
Formed.
And they make the place very
Hmm.
unique to the
Guys, it's probably horrible of me to word it like that. It's
I believe everything is clear, Dickory. At least for now. Hickory.
Understood.
I apologize for the intrusions.
It's fine.
not a problem.
You guys are both more than welcome in my room anytime. I guess permitting the others are fine with it.
I have no problem.
Understood. Perhaps on the days when Evan has difficulty sleeping, we shall visit.
Yes. I believe he had found the cranial repairs to be disconcerting.
Yes. I suppose for organics, seeing a headless body is uncomfortable.
You guys can. I guess that makes sense. You can detach your heads.
Yes, it is non-essential. Well, in terms of continued
It
operation.
is vastly preferable for sensory purposes, but not a complete requirement.
I had to
Right.
finish repairs on her ocular maintenance. Yes. Thank you again for your assistance.
Thank you for
No
checking.
problem. Wish I could.
This may be a
help a
strange
little more.
question, but
Your
are
designs
you
are
partially elfish?
far beyond most of the stuff that I know.
Yes, at least it wasn't an entire lie. I am actually
Forged
half
in
Drow.
Bloxdale are a little more
I see.
industrious. You guys are.
Mother is incredible.
Have you had the pleasure to visit Sylph?
She did good work. You are both very elegantly made.
Mother is the greatest. We know this to be true.
Occasions where my father would allow us as a family to, yes. Not too often.
I
though.
see.
Probably when I was younger. Probably when my sister was younger.
We are created by a drow.
Oh.
Yes.
We are very interested in Mother's culture.
Oh, your mother. Okay. What's your
Yes.
mother's name? Or at least does she have an alias? I know some creators have like a title or a name or something they do.
I am uncertain what others would know her by.
For us, Mother is Mother.
Oh. I like that.
There is a notable drow in the family line by the name of Gesh.
Yes.
I believe in the common alphabet it would be G, E, A, S. Gesh.
Yes.
That sounds. I can't quite put my finger on it. I'm sorry. I'm
It's
also
alright.
terrible with names.
We have asked the principal to look into it, if he knows.
Okay. I hope something comes up then. That's really exciting.
It would be lovely
to know.
We would love to bring stories back when we see our family again.
Yeah. Yes. I hope you do. I am starving though. I hope. I heard that someone was making dinner out of a bet.
Yes.
I believe the Warden General is paying for it as well.
Oh, really?
Oh, nice.
He had given Theodore his card.
I believe that is for the celebration. For ending the keep runs.
Oh. Alright.
And yes, those I believe who had voted for Theodore's team to be successful are cooking for those who voted for Milo's team.
Which means we get a good meal out of it, since we were on the winning
Yes.
side of the bet.
Superior
Ione,
taste.
Which side did you vote for? Theodore's team
I
or
wasn't
Milo's
there,
team?
so I didn't
see.
vote. Looks like
That
I
is
get
fair.
a free meal though.
Yes.
That is true. There was nothing said about any bystanders you need to cook, so naturally you should enjoy.
I look forward to it.
Hmm.
I wish they turn it to nighttime all the time.
Hi, candidates.
Hello.
Greetings. You look. Just to be, you are twins, right? I'm not just being stupid, right?
Yes.
We are
I'm
twins.
Hickory.
I am Dickory.
Okay, cool. Well, hello, Hickory. Dickory. My name's Flash. I'm one of the warden captains.
Sorry, I do not wish to block your passage if you are.
Yeah, let's not block him.
Thank you.
It was interesting to
I
watch you
guess I'm
fight.
just stopping in the middle of the street too.
Thank you.
My sister has the habit as well.
Yeah.
Did you get your
My guns aren't working right, so I couldn't show my whole thing. But yeah, it was fun, and I really should have expected to get shot in the chest 20 times by Principal Valdris.
It is impressive that your ears did not bleed from all of the sonic damage done by Braggy's slams.
Yeah. Usually I try to stay away from him because I know that I didn't want to fight him. I didn't want to fight Valdris either, mind you. But if I just stay away from Braggy, because Valdris doesn't do sonic attacks like that. He just shoots me a lot, and it hurts. Like
Guns
fuck.
are loud.
But they are. I know. I use them a lot. Yeah, it was
Do
definitely
you
interesting.
use regular ammunition for your guns, or are you using your foci to create ammunition instead.
These are my arms. Yeah, they're both gunner light core. Both.
I see.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting.
Is the sidearm as well, or is that a regular?
This is a normal gun. Yeah, just in case some wacko decides to take these, I still have my extra. Yeah.
I see.
So, how were the finals for you? So, were they tough, fun, easy?
We did not get to see the end.
We were rendered.
What does that mean?
We were rendered inoperational in the final push against the, I suppose, largest of the creatures. It was dead before we powered down.
Well, that sucks. Damn.
It is
Usually
fine.
everyone likes to participate in things like that.
Well, we finished. We made it to the end.
Yeah,
but there was a significant portion of time where we were inert.
Lightning is quite effective at piercing through metal. And flash too, I suppose.
Yeah. So, lightning magiface, huh? Interesting.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
It had struck squarely through our frames.
We were able to push past
doing
for a
heavy
time,
damage to wiring.
but yes.
It caught up. The time did. As it does.
Well,
As
it does.
It does. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I heard it from one of the other people around that there were friendly fire incidents, and that worries me like a fuck ton. That should not be happening, like at all.
I was shot in the head with a ricochet.
Holy
It was
fuck!
not
Are you
intentional
okay?
on Mira's part. Yes.
Okay.
I had issues with seeing for some time, but I was
Jesus.
fixed afterwards.
Yes.
Damn. Yeah.
It is fortunate that it was one of us.
Sure.
It is a lesson in of itself, both for Mira and myself, I believe.
No, of course, yeah.
I
Well,
was planning to focus towards tanking as a tuning.
Sure.
It was educational.
Yeah, especially, and I think especially for Mira, like, it's not that difficult, in my opinion, to just see if there's an ally in range and shoot or not shoot. But I guess, like, if it was a ricochet, then probably that's a math lesson.
That
Geometry.
beast's hide is notoriously thick.
We do not have
compared to the other
arms.
ones that were fought. My
Sure.
tool, which you may have seen prior, was insufficient to break into its hide, even with my strength. Although it is a magic beast, I do not believe the realms of strength fall under that metric.
Yeah.
We
mean, there's
cannot
also
compare to that which is uncomparable.
Yeah. Good thing it was just a simulation, though, because I feel like if it was the real thing, it
Yes.
might have been even far worse.
If
It
were
is the
real
last
thing,
simulation.
I believe we'd all be dead. Yes.
Wait, did you just say you'd all be dead if it was the
Yes,
real thing?
if they were real
we do
magic
not have
beasts, then we
arms.
do not have arms.
That's fair.
There was a pod that we've had to deal with outside of this keep incident, or not incident, but the keep trials.
It took 60% of all of my amassed bullet storage at that time.
Oh, maybe they have been getting a little bit better.
Mundane weaponry is not effective against pods or magic beasts. Unless it is extreme.
It was a regular pod as well, not even a hard pod.
Interesting.
We are well aware of the shortcomings that we currently have compared to magic beasts. These simulations are helpful in showing what they are potentially able to do, but it is a fraction of their true strength.
Oh, yeah. Magic out there, they're a feisty bunch, to say the least. Yeah, well, I'm glad to see that you two have been taking your training seriously. And I think that you grow up to be
course.
excellent wardens in the near future.
We are here to learn, to adapt, and improve.
Yes.
Wonderful. Alright, I'm going to see how many other people I can introduce myself to. Yeah, what's up?
Of course.
It's time. Never mind, I'm not introducing myself to anyone else. I'm gonna fucking die today. Alright.
What?
Blacktop, triple time.
Do not die.
I'll try my best.
You are welcome to spectate if you want.
Good luck.
Are you sparring again?
Yeah.
Grudge match? Oh.
More like General's
Hello,
order.
Arlo.
Hello.
Welcome back.
They told me to wait in
Congratulations on
Rhino,
not
but I
being
wanted
a
to come
spy.
back. Thank you. That was the most
I was
frightening
hoping that my
experience
sparring
of my
partner
life.
would not be one.
Yes, I am not. I
see you back.
I do have to apologize. I did lie about where I'm from, but I am not a spy.
You are not a spy.
Is
If
everyone
not, I
alright?
believe you'll just likely be brought back before the commission again.
The tribunal was really scary. They had like these 3 really big guys, and they were in these robes and the hat. It was the whole thing.
Did
I
they
see.
have powdered wigs?
No.
I've
Just
heard
big
that those are
robes.
in...
Did they have a hammer?
Curious.
One of them did. It was a pretty big hammer.
Did they threaten you with it?
Understood.
No, they were really nice. Much nicer than the sergeant. He like pushed my head down and like hurt my arm. It was a whole thing.
I see.
I see.
He was gonna crush my skull. I don't want my skull crushed.
It'd be good to know.
For your information, the final exam has been completed. There were no casualties. Injuries abound, however.
The Warden General
Yeah,
will be funding
they
a
told
celebration
me-
for us.
They told me that that you guys were about to do it when I head out, and that weren't sure. Hi, Asher.
Hello. I am glad you're not in back. Yeah.
Thank you. They told me to wait in Reinhold, but I was just like, I want to get back and make sure everyone's okay, because I knew you guys were going to do the final, and so they let me get in a caravan. I had to pay for it myself, though. I would lost all my credits.
Oh, I'm sorry, dude.
Did you get your stipend for this week?
I got the stipend for this week, which paid for my food, because the rest of my stipends I had to use on the caravan ticket. But I'm good. We're good.
So you have
They're
no
sending
money
me back
currently?
on their dime. I am broke.
Perhaps you can find a...
Here. I'll temporarily offer some of mine.
We have significant savings that exceed what we are saving for.
You might need to buy other things. At least for the week, because you have 2 weeks.
Well, I believe you've had someone offer for you ahead of time.
Just 5. 5 is good.
6.
Alright. Thanks, Asher.
No need.
Thank you guys, too.
Of course. We would not wish for you
I'm
to
back,
starve,
Arlo.
although the cafeteria food would help.
Also,
Hi, Arlo.
Thank you.
We got you biscuits. Yeah, you're welcome. I got you biscuits.
Was that a
There were
threat,
vanilla.
by the way?
What? What do you? What? What was the
Well, you
threat?
sent me a really nice letter, and it was very kind. But you also sent me chocolates, so I thought you were trying to kill me.
I am so sorry.
You know, dogs can't eat chocolate, right?
Should our assessment change?
I do not believe so.
Wafers? Can you eat vanilla wafers?
Yeah, I can eat vanilla wafers. Please don't poison
Here you
me.
go. I wouldn't try to. Here you go. You can.
You may wish to confirm with Reginald if you're unsure about your allergies. That would be critical to know later on.
Oh, I know I'm allergic to chocolate.
Oh, understood.
Highly. Those and grapes will take me out.
Grapes?
Noted.
Yeah, grapes are highly toxic.
Oh.
I guess people don't know about dogs that
It's
much.
a good
Okay.
thing
They're
we
not
know
really
that
pets.
They are quite rare.
Yeah. Well, there was one. I thought there was one.
I think on caravan trips we've seen, what, one dog?
I think I saw one.
There was that old peddler.
Yes.
He kept a dog by his side.
Chocolate next time.
No chocolate or raisins.
Sorry
But
again.
I heard everyone lived, and I'm glad you weren't trying to poison me. I like not being poisoned.
Yes.
It is preferable.
I did give the chocolates to my cellmate, though. He thought it was great.
You had a cellmate?
Who was your cellmate?
was your cellmate?
I think he was some mafioso. He got caught for stabbing in the street of Reinhold. It was the whole thing.
Is that common?
He was pretty nice. I don't know. It was my first time in Reinhold. Where I'm from, that's super common.
I see. I do not know much of Greedon.
Yeah, it's not a great place.
Perhaps closer to the fringe caravans in that case.
Yes.
We're glad you're back, though, and
Yes. Welcome back.
yay.
Take some time to
Dinner's
rest.
going to be made by Braggy and some of the other people. So
Braggy will be
Braggy
cooking?
is-
Ooh, that sounds delicious.
How curious.
Strange.
I mean, I can go help if they need help. I love cooking.
wait, who won? I forgot. I don't remember. You guys said
The
Milo's cooking.
the candidates who
Oh, Milo.
bet on
Gotcha.
Milo's team do not have to make dinner. The candidates who bet on Theodore's team do.
Good to see you, Arlo.
That is the Warden General, Chef.
Warden General Chef.
Yes, Chef.
Yes. Master Chef.
Yes, Chef. Warden General Master Chef.
Yes, Chef.
Yes, Chef.
I'll never escape it now. Jesus.
We should get you a
Let's not
hat.
tell Chef what I did.
You can use the
'Cause it was a mistake, right?
voice amplifier in the kitchens, so your sous chefs will hear all of your instructions.
He's not paying attention. It's great.
We're
Very
good. We're
important,
safe.
yes. Very important.
Yeah.
No,
He didn't hear. It's fine.
I believe with the smoky is already matching most chefs we have seen.
Yes.
What'd you say?
She sent me chocolate while I was in jail.
I see Theodore is familiar with dogs.
It was out of
Yes.
the kindness of
It was
my
a really
heart.
nice letter attached to
This too is an interesting thing that we'll learn.
Yes.
Those who are knowledgeable about dogs and those who are not.
You know, strangely on brand for.
Honestly, I'm more surprised that whoever was in charge of you let you get the chocolates. Because you just been assassin.
Yeah, wait. Do they not like? What?
Dogs are uncommon.
Dogs are uncommon.
They are uncommon.
He did not have official papers at the time, as he was an illegal immigrant. They would not have his medical records.
I may not be cut out for a spy.
What is a pound?
Apparently I'm fine as an assassin. Haru.
Perhaps referring to the big hammer?
Perhaps.
How's it going?
Is that what they were threatening him with then?
If they did not threaten him with the hammer, perhaps it was medical malpractice.
I would never kill anybody.
It would make it more difficult to find them afterwards if that were the case.
Yes.
Where I'm from, so
It would be treated as a tragedy.
kind of used to it.
Fascinating. We learn more about Reinhold's justice system every day.
Yes. We should reconvene with the rest of the cohort.
They gave me a final
of chocolate.
Yes.
Oh.
It was like some had
Pardon me.
beds and other
a
things and then
very
fruit.
extreme obstacle course with fighting. I had to do
And
it alone. It was
chocolate.
very, very hard.
I am glad you survived.
Of course you're fighting
I
alone.
got the asserted.
Take care, Arlo.
Let your dragon bird.
Hey, Dickory, hey, Dickory.
Hello, Karguk.
Greetings. Do you think that they are on the rooftop, or are they overwatching the Warden General's request?
We will survey the blacktop first.
Battle.
It will be easy to see if there are people on the roof from the higher vantage point.
Ione's belongings were disturbed is not leaving my mind currently.
It may be somebody thought her presence was an ally, or perhaps a risk to them if there are different factions at play in Argus.
It may have been a way to also further implicate Arlo.
Perhaps.
I do not see the cohort around.
I see Sevi.
Oh, yes. You are correct.
Let us look inside and see if they are still checking the library.
Of course. I believe they may have finished that quickly, however. I do wish to speak with Professor Dusk afterwards.
Likewise.
I need to know what he used. It is unknown currently.
Isaac and Scout are down there. We shall go down, survey quickly, and then go out the side. We can round and approach that way.
I'll check the rooftop quickly.
Yes. I shall meet you on the blacktop.
Shall we return back here on the blacktop? Understood. I'll see you there.
Yes.
Yeah, the fact that we thought I was a spy in the first place is actually kind of amusing.
you steal papers, try not to make it so obvious.
I didn't steal any papers.
I don't think that's the lesson here.
I purchased them from a reputable black market dealer. Okay, never mind. I think she.
It's you can't really word it very well.
So wait,
Either way, you're here now. So, General Lass is just training his wardens right now, and they're only allowed to use. They're only allowed to use one ability they want to get better at, and then once they're done and they're all winded, I think then they go hand to hand with us.
Yeah. Oh.
The worst part of committing.
I mean,
No enhancements, no nothing. I know I'm sticking.
I have fisticuffs. I'll join you.
Same.
I am a fist fighter anyway, so it works.
Are you going to
Perfect.
punch each other?
No, I think
Punch
they're
them,
gonna punch
possibly,
us.
yeah. Once the wardens are done training with Lazarus and they're all winded out, they're gonna go hand-to-hand combat with some people here, if they want to. No enhancements, no nothing, so... even ground for everybody.
Understood. That may be of interest.
They might let you get a couple swings, and I have no idea.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know what's happened.
Though I don't know how much you've heard since you got back. No one died in the final exam. We're all still here.
They told me no one
I
died.
kept them up to date.
Perfect.
To work together. No discipline.
Did you get that from the tailor shop, Sevi? That's wonderful.
Yeah, it's really cute. Looks really good on you.
It does, yeah.
A new outfit because I
should
saw
probably,
Bailey in
at
overalls
some
and I
point, get
wanted
the outfit. That
overalls.
probably requires me to not spend all my money.
It is practical and comfortable.
Well, it requires you not to get arrested again.
But they
I
know
would
I'll
avoid
do
that
my
if you can help
best
it.
not to get arrested again. I mean, I did get these
Especially-
but they didn't let me keep them.
Especially in Reinhold. You are likely on record at this point.
Well, they gave me a citizenry.
Excellent.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, they marked me as a refugee.
Well, you're stuck with us now.
I don't know how I'm going to explain to my family how I got here, but that's besides the point.
Yeah, well, cross that bridge later.
Did you not think of that before you came here?
Oh no!
So, I really wanted to be a warden. And so I just kind of went on an impulse and bought a thing and was like, well, Reinhold's a good school. You're all about it. So, yeah.
Sure.
It wasn't well thought through.
What you told me was kind of correct, just not the whole truth.
Yeah, it wasn't. Just the place was wrong.
Sure.
And I didn't lie about any of my experiences. I was a scout, but for Greedon.
Yeah.
Hi, Sevi.
The experience is real. That much matters.
Also, I only tried to poison Nate.
What's that?
I didn't mean to. Hold on. Wait a minute. I did not
What do you mean
try
poison?
to poison him on purpose. It was
She
an
sent me
accident.
chocolate while I was in jail.
I believe Professor Dusk is open to speaking.
That might kill him.
Oh, excellent.
That might actually kill him.
She sent a really nice letter.
What
It was
crime is
chocolate.
being committed?
It was like a box of
Professor
chocolate
Dusk.
with a thing.
Oh, that could have killed him.
I have a question for you, if you're willing to entertain it.
Sure. I will need to enchant you both with a thin layer of armor, if you are to spectate.
Understood. You'd find that
In
easier
case
to
it's
do on
your
Dickory.
Same with Dickory.
Flies your way. What is it?
The magic that you had used during the sparring match, it did not appear to be of a regular element. The sound was off.
Was it now?
Yes.
You do not believe it was Earth? Or perhaps
No.
air?
It is not
It
standard.
did not seem like it. I am confident in that after experiencing the different cores during Norset's lesson.
Hey, can we join now?
Yes, you can. So, what's going to happen now?
Good perception, you both.
Both of these two
You would be correct.
without They're going to fight you
It is
in
not a
basic
regular corps.
contest of hand-to-hand
Understood.
tactics and such.
I merely wish to
You're
confirm.
going to try your best to do what
I know
you
that
can
we are
against
in
them.
public
They're already worn down
company,
by my fighting.
so I will not ask more.
At least a little bit of an easier time handling them. But
When we are
still, they will make you
perhaps in more private areas, I can tell you.
Of course.
Understood.
Thank you, Professor.
One second, let me just,
Of course.
Arlo, I leave this with you. Give it to me back on Zen
Dusk, if you have any tips for these two off of their spar with me, you may-
My joints are humming.
Oh yeah, always have feedback.
Are they?
Well, it's mostly he has it.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
I would hate to crash into the floor.
Sadly, cannot remove one weapon that is on me.
No, I wouldn't expect you to.
Yeah, we're happy to see you.
It is an interesting feeling.
I feel good. It is like being home.
Take your arms off.
Yes.
I don't want either of them on you. Or any of them.
Fine.
Same with you, Eric.
It feels like silk.
Mm.
Thank you. Alright. So,
The layered kind. Like mother's robes.
Most servicemen like
Yes.
already?
Get my jacket up on that.
I think he's...
Don't take it personally.
He's taking off.
I don't know.
He's taking off his jacket over there.
Hey, I was
I've been in a couple of street fights. I know how this fight.
You are tuned as a caster, yes, Professor? For your course?
I do not want...
Does this fall under what a caster is capable of using as well? Or was it something that you had to
That's not killing blows.
They can be, depending on how...
focus towards?
Anyways.
In fact, it was one of the first spells I was taught. A caster is a vulnerable role. They cannot wear heavy armor, else it deters their spellcasting and movement. So they don't have the protection needed, as, say, a frontline or fighter has. So, there are avenues around that, via mana.
I see.
If I can learn that as a caster, I can help you.
You are still a team.
Yes.
I feel like you are isolated.
Keep in mind, it requires focus and your own mana to cast.
There is nothing I can focus on more clearly than protecting my sister.
Is it difficult to maintain from a distance?
There is a fall off, yes.
I see.
I will need to remain mobile then.
Remember, you two, they still have to learn from this.
I should see if I could try to hone my awareness.
You are already aware of more than most. That should be no
Yes.
challenge for you.
But perhaps a smaller scope, similar to what you do. At least to keep track.
Good.
Getting to
Look forward to
learn
what
from
you
you
come up with.
has been fortunate, Professor Dusk.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Dickory. Dickory. We have many more years to go.
Are they well?
I was worried about Evan's shoulder for a moment there.
Yes.
Ares had fully propelled himself off of him.
Good dodge.
It will be
This is
strange.
why I'm happy I've had the chance to spar with Ader.
Yes. It will be strange sparring with people once we all have arms.
They are trained well.
It will be good training for us all, I believe. Both ourselves and those we spar with.
quick to learn.
It was the hope. Adaptability is very, very valuable in the field.
They chose their blows carefully not to wound each other. But I saw what you were doing.
The main thing I have learned from all of this so far, without even being able to handle an arms, has been efficiency.
Yes.
When having a gunner,
Not that that has been unusual for us, but
and if not too
with new senses come
someone makes a certain movement or I
new
move around,
reserves,
try to take a shot at them.
which must be used to best effect.
When I begin casting, I will need to practice quite a bit. Aim, movement, other ideas I have that will take iterations.
The size of his arm. Can
And I will need to learn how sturdy I am.
doesn't tend to.
Hello, Isaac.
Hello, Dickory. Dickory.
Greetings.
Just wanted a better view.
Of course. I believe if I am going to go towards tuning into a tank, having a mastery of myself will be vital.
Is to
Yes.
use the same exercise for candidates once they get their arms. Have them
To reinforce myself.
to be able to learn
Yes.
to use the ability in actual combat rather than just theory. Helps them master an ability, learn to use it in a better stance, or even just control it enough to be used in the first place, I think is very valuable.
That will be good. Hayden and I will teach such courses. We would love your attendance and knowledge.
Oh, you warm my heart. Of course. All you have to do is ask.
What we have been taught from Aiden as well suggests that it will be possible to use mundane equipment if we are to channel mana through it appropriately.
Yes, though,
It is still
as a
foreign
caster,
concept.
I will have to be economical.
Yes.
Imbuing. I've heard this much from Lancaster as well. That's how he operates.
Yes. For someone on the field like him, being able to readily use an opponent's weapon against them if it were against a human or another warden. It is not a pleasant thing to think about, but it is a practical thing.
Something we have to think about.
Yes.
Yes. If anything can be turned into a weapon, that is also still useful against magic beasts, depending on the amount of control.
At least the way he's described it, at least with imbuing with the stuff he does, is the separate parts, they can be separated for only a certain amount of time before they have to come back together. Otherwise, they become those mundane things again.
Fine.
Yes.
So as soon as you separate, use it, and then bring it back, is how he described it.
The goal was
In
And it
much
appears
less
that
words.
mundane gear made of steel is not sufficient to contain mana for imbuement for too long without damage.
Team versus team.
He had told us as such. Perhaps that is why many gunners focus towards using mana per shot, or for bullets rather than casings. Plus, the benefit of reloading
Depends on how
is
you want to do
easier.
it as a...
Perhaps.
Well, it depends on what kind of casting you want as a gunner. Valdris told me that much as well. The casting, which is what he does, he has no casings to use, right? But the imbuement method, which is kind of where I'm kind of leaning towards, can be more powerful, but it requires that ammunition. So
You
it's a
do not need
trade-off.
to think
He has
of
said
what
is-
the bullet is meant to function as if the bullet already serves its main properties.
Exactly.
If a
It
bullet
uses
could
less
explode
mana.
by default, you merely only need to get it into its target.
Pretty much, yeah. Then once he gets synchronized enough, he also mentioned the standard shots we've been seeing him use basically no mana of his core. is that his core recharges faster than it can be depleted because he's been synchronized with it for, what, 70 years? But that property applies still. Over time, you'll get more efficient.
So you didn't run off with it.
That is ideal. I have
Professor Dusk, a casting question.
Yes.
If I was able to create a spark through flame or lightning with mana and light a cigarette, as many of our cohorts smoke, would I be able to track them with it? Or perhaps use it to spread an effect similar to what you did for my sister and I?
Interesting question. There are spells of trace that, in theory, you could do so in something as simple as a cigarette.
Thank you. A thought occurred as I looked at Isaac.
Most impressive, Dickory.
With what I want to do, I will need to keep track of other people who are on assignment with me.
That would be quite handy. In moments where your team is lost.
And other
Or simply
times.
when you wish to track.
Yes. I have ideas that may be ambitious, but would put me at range. Range can be useful, but it can also cost you important things.
You are right. You want to protect her.
Always. We were separated from the rest of our family. They are very, very far away from us now. I do not wish to be separated again.
There will be times, Dickory, where you are separate, on different teams, in different scenarios. But there will be many times when you are together.
I do not
You
want
will
her
support her.
far, far away. I have been away for courier runs before. Significant distances, multiple day trips. That is not what I mean. A magic beast, a mana storm. There are many things that can waylay you at critical moments.
I see. Then confide in that there will be many who also wish to protect her, and you.
I suppose so.
You cannot do it alone, Dickory. Everyone here will protect each other.
Yes. It is expected for warden candidates to protect one another.
did resulted in me being shot in the head.
Yeah, no problem. I saw Arlo run off. I went, oh shit.
That explains
I just didn't want it to go off. One of the main things I was gonna probably hit the floor, which I did hit the floor.
Further reinforced that
As a tank, she will at least be sturdy. And I can give support as a caster.
Indeed. I have faith in you two, that you will protect one another.
Always.
And everyone else. Always.
We were made as a unit. I do not think being a warden is entirely separate from being a salvager unit.
How so?
There is something I said in the first keep run when I was asked why I wanted to become a warden. I related something that our eldest brother said to us early on in our education.
If you got work stuff to do, go do.
Century after century, the husk of Eden takes and it takes and it takes. And it is our job to take back what we can.
Then he did the thing where he has like a super serious face, so.
I managed to almost get all the student introductions. I'm missing like
I see.
4,
I don't know.
There will be many similarities. It is not just killing magic beasts. As a warden, it's adventure, exploration, invention.
Yes. Paz's research is particularly fascinating to us.
That's why we didn't want to bother him. He seemed in serious mode.
He is a historian. And a great one at that.
Yes.
Oh my, I will be very sore tomorrow.
Fight Gator had a bit of a headache, so he kind of wasn't able to mentally present
Earlier today.
Yes. So he's a little annoyed currently. So I think it would be very helpful.
I don't think I've talked to you yet.
I don't think I've met you before. Hi.
Such exploration and salvaging, though, can be just as dangerous.
We know. It is part of how we were.
Though if you have experience such as you, Dickory, I will leave it to you to teach your fellow comrades of the dangers of the wasteland and of your experiences as a courier.
Yes.
Some are far too secluded and have rarely any experience in the wasteland. They'll look to you for guidance.
Especially,
I suppose.
Don't be afraid to make mistakes, because that's how you learn.
You won't be without help, though.
Like, as long as they're not lethal, dangerous
Yes.
mistakes, don't be afraid to make them, especially...
We are here to learn.
So, it's better to fuck up now than to fuck up when you're an adult and you have responsibilities.
See, Simon? That is how you do things.
I suppose that, yeah, that makes sense.
All right.
Yeah,
I'll take
yeah.
time and Honestly, I've been able to do it. Thank you for
Yeah,
being honest.
Yeah, of course, of course, of course. I know I've made a lot of mistakes, so that's how you know, and I haven't learned from at least half of them.
Miss Iris has been helping me also talk to more people.
Very good. It is wonderful to see the research team for the next little while coming together.
Is your name Dask? I've heard people refer to you as that.
It is.
Have we talked yet? I don't believe so.
Moving forward with more projects.
I will leave you to your conversation.
Alright, one of the wardens.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. I'm the warden captain of the South, Flashroom Bulletins. Pleasure maker.
You know where you stand.
I know where.
As you did when you lifted me up.
Missed all my papers.
Had you
What?
stood anywhere else, I may have been at the bottom of the keep.
Oh, when you fell.
Yes.
I wasn't even aware that was a thing that happened, that you almost fell. Or
The
did fall.
Firebird had launched me off of the ramp.
Oh.
I was
How
not
did I
able to
not even
catch
notice
my... There are many things that would happen in frenzied combat. I do not blame you. There would be little that could be done to stop it.
It is good that one of our cohort was not beneath her.
Dickory flying across.
We are 350 pounds.
If you were on the upper platform, they were set down the ramp, so they would have been out of your line of sight very quickly.
Yeah, no, you're right.
I was on the upper platform until I wasn't.
Staying
That's the way of putting it.
of everything going into a fight against Magic Beast is a learned skill.
Yeah. Learning that pretty quick.
Was your discussion with Professor Dusk fruitful?
Yes, I may have a
Yeah,
means of
not everything's
keeping
gonna
track of
translate
other
from
party
breathing.
members. Or at least the
Fighting
smoker
actual
contingent.
people.
Excellent.
We'll see.
In some ways,
Perhaps lanterns.
In some ways, it's worse.
That I'm starting to see already. Yeah.
I like that idea.
You can be a little more, they're a little more predictable, but at the same point, any kind of slip up could be your last. With these guys. You got a little bit more leeway when you're fighting actual people you can hide, but these...
They do not need their eyes to find you.
Like that. Nope.
Yes. And they will feed upon each other.
But they're overwhelming.
Yeah. That feeling is the same.
Even a singular pod can still cause mass damage. We
Yeah, I can.
had to use a large amount of ammunition to handle a single one. That is the only record that we would have.
Yes.
They are far more sturdy than they really should be. It's unimaginable.
Yeah, seen my fair share of that in Arnheim. Bigger too. Fuckers get huge.
Yes.
Luckily, there was not enough
Extremely.
nourishment to have that one grow very large before we found it.
So when do we rip that band-aid off and tell people they get much bigger than what we've seen?
The one...
Expanded on in my lesson, and I've talked about it before in personal conversations.
We have seen large ones on my run. There was a massive one clinging to a wall. It was perhaps around your height, to gauge at a distance.
Yep. Sounds about right.
And the
Yes.
elemental ones, their abilities go stronger with size.
Yes.
Yeah.
And do you not
Only
need to be
large-
large to inflict large damage?
Only large elemental type I've seen from a distance, thankfully, was a fire one. 2 wardens took that one out during an eradication run. We stood very far away. They were probably all the way over there. We didn't get any closer.
That is
Could feel the
understandable.
residual heat.
So around your size, even fire pods will catch anything around them on fire that's flammable.
Yeah. Yep. Not looking forward to the other types. Not at all.
Hopefully by that time we will have access to arms ourselves.
I would prefer pods over anything more elaborate.
Especially because large pods usually become large B-class.
That I didn't know. That's why they prioritize those. Makes sense now.
That
Hopefully it would imply
and
that they've fed
the
much
death of
more.
them can backlash other pods surrounding them?
The amount of mana required for them to evolve is not set on a specific number for many of our scales, but can vary, which is how you can have small ones evolve quickly, and then you can have large ones not evolve at all. When the larger ones evolve, they're inherently stronger.
Large pod, large problem. Easy enough to remember.
Yes.
Correct.
Thankfully, large
Small
pod
pod,
also
small
means
problem.
easier target. That seems to be a recurring boon.
After that, it only grows harder.
Yeah, makes sense why we were told to charge at the evolving pods in the keep. Trying to
Those
thin them out,
magic
but
beasts had
we were too far.
Gunfire
Acclimated
will likely
extremely
not
quickly
hurt them,
after evolution.
but it can distract them. Divert energy, delay.
Can you delay an evolution? Like make it take longer? That's what that just made me think of, or is it just kind of a, once it starts, it's just going?
If you have a specific arms that is capable of stunning Magibeast, you can use it to delay an evolution. Though, its effectiveness varies. A lot of them aren't consciously evolving. So
A mana
they
siphon
may still evolve.
would likely be the best bet to rip it away from the threshold. Though I do not know if such
Though
a
that
thing
would be
is
even rarer.
well thought
Practical.
out.
I think before that has been tried. I'm not sure if it was effective or not. Or if it wasn't effective, why?
No, it's still just as dangerous, if not on par for different reasons.
I mean, of course my first thought goes to some kind of shocking core, but even then, that's quite the discharge to even make something like that happen.
You would need a
And if it's
vessel
just a
for the
lightning pod,
collected
it
mana.
Probably won't help. Yeah. Oh.
I imagine it would have ill effects on the body if it were taken in directly. I cannot imagine a positive outcome.
I believe specialized mana vessels that are not simply foci cells are things of ancient commonality, not modern.
Maybe the first I've really heard of anything that's not a foci cell that can hold mana. Or anything of that design, I
I know
guess.
that the principal had spoken of batteries for electricity, but that is specific to electric arms users providing additional backup power, not anything.
Evan was able to bleed
more specific
extra
than that.
electricity off of me when I was struck and immobilized. But I do not believe that is the same as taking the mana.
Yeah, I don't know what that's about. He walked up to one of the electric fences and it arced out toward him and nothing happened.
He has also been hooked up to a foci cell, automotive grade.
Yes.
Oh,
He took the clamps.
okay. I couldn't tell. I thought it just hit him and nothing happened, but I couldn't really process it in the moment. He didn't explain it either, but oh well.
I believe he was trying
There are those in
to
our cohort
disrupt the
who
circuit.
Might have been. I thought he had a gift that he just discovered in the moment.
He may have done some research at this point. The foci, the design foci would say as much, at least, from him testing it. Though it is a curious thing to want to test. I would not think to immediately test my capacity for electricity by hooking myself up to a design foci. I've already learned from the electric
Attention,
pods
all
that
Vendel.
lightning is...
The barrier shutdown sequence will begin in 15 minutes.
Oh my god.
Attention, all of Vendel. The barrier shutdown sequence will begin in 15 minutes.
We should proceed. I believe somebody said you are making dinner tonight, Professor Braggy?
Yes.
What? That's news to me.
I believe so.
I had... Well, Sevium,
Evidently at some point
Laz
during
came in.
Expedition. It was said that the team of wardens and teachers will be cooking
Oh.
I had thought it'd be the
Gotcha.
candidates, but
I
I'm
believe it
curious
is
to see what you
also
thought.
the candidates who made the bet.
I've heard both.
Either way, that is
Or
not
is
us.
Theodoro acting as your master chef?
We should proceed.
Chef General.
Yes.
That poor stove.
Where am I going for that?
The
I do
dorms.
not know. I believe the shutdown sequence is starting shortly, so. As always, there is much to ponder.
Yes. A thought occurs. Similar to when we started at a new caravan, we should stagger our inert faces.
I prefer not to.
Yes. That is wise.
Got them. If he got it damaged, that probably wouldn't look too good to the boss.
Dickory.
Probably wouldn't look clean.
Braggy was asking if your repairs were going well. By the way, I think you heard him.
Apologies.
We did not hear.
They are. Ader has been able to provide us with suitable repairs. Any more sensitive parts have been recovered for me by Dickory.
Yes. And my chassis is no longer carved open.
Quite frankly, I don't think you would want to speak to our employer.
Thanks to Ader, we are not going to go into debt.
I believe we should vacate the campus as the shutdown sequence has become impending.
Yes, we'll be heading back in a moment. Thank you. I just wanted to verify. I'm ready. Did your talk go well?
I didn't really get to talk. I got indoctrinated into the game after getting my ass beat.
Hey, Dickory. Hey, Dickory.
Have a good evening.
That's fair. That's very fair.
You as well, and congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you. I would be scarce to think about what the cost for the limbs would be if we needed additional spares.
Yes. One moment.
I've never seen her do that.
Is she well? Did something happen?
Yes, she is comfortable. That is what that form suggests.
That is my understanding of that, yeah.
It
Oh.
is known.
Good.
Yes.
I've just never seen it. Interesting.
She enters that form when she feels comfortable.
That is good. I hope we see it more often.
Well, unfortunately, you probably couldn't run fast enough from that guy.
No.
You could try.
I could try. I mean, I'm pretty fast, but I'm not that fast.
Nah,
I blinked and it disappeared.
What did you want to talk to me about?
We have 10 minutes before the shutdown sequence.
Alright. How's Reinhold?
Very loud.
Loud, crowded.
Arlo was in a cell with a mafioso who stabbed someone in the streets.
Oh, you found Milo. Good.
What? Yeah, that does happen.
Who's stabbing whom and where?
Oh. Arlo has been exonerated. While he was in holding in Reinhold, he shared a cell with a mafioso who stabbed someone in the street, so he says.
Yes.
Really?
They were
You didn't
apparently
happen to
very
get a
nice.
name, did you?
No. Though Arlo said he shared his chocolates with them, as chocolate is highly poisonous to him.
Fair enough. Well, thank you. That's the Warden General, is it not?
Yes.
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 Rather odd individual.
I suppose so. This seems to be a baseline for him.
In any case, I wish to congratulate you on your exams. It seems hearing you both made
Thank
it
you.
through in more or less one piece.
Yes. Thank you.
Do you have any plans for when you reach Reinhold?
I believe I would like to go shopping.
Yes, that'd be lovely.
Well, if you're about in the city, come check out our shop. The card. I'll get you what exactly it says on it later, but for now.
Is this
Understood.
the one that you had mentioned before for discerning customers?
Something like that.
Excellent.
We shall stop by. Thank you.
Keep up the good work, you two.
Thank you.
Won't keep you for too long, then.
Good evening.
Of course.
You as well.
Good to see you again.
And then you're
What's
gonna
all
go
on your
to
mask?
No, how could you?
I've never gone Nina's cooking.
How?
Yes.
I'll bring you some
Good
leftovers.
evening.
I'll eat half of it
Chaz,
and the other half for you.
Chaz, I'm joking.
Before we leave next week,
Actually, Shiloh.
I think you would look good in overalls as well.
Understood. I will see about picking up something in Reinhold. I would not wish to order something only for it to...
Did you guys see Braggy go upstairs? He said...
I do not know.
I am unsure.
Wait, why are we cooking? I thought it was the candidate.
Next week, or is it tonight?
I was told
I don't know.
Nope.
Chazed. He is in the dining hall.
Yes. He is in the dorms presently.
How are we supposed to cook it tonight? Only like 10 minutes left of the day.
I mean, I don't believe most of us have honestly eaten much.
Hello.
What did
Usually
Venice
no
Oh,
say?
fellas haven't.
Hello,
This is
Dickory.
knowledge to me.
They are in here.
Told there was a bet.
Weird.
I imagine we'll be cooking next week then.
Congratulations. You made it.
At this point, I'm just having food later.
Don't cook too hard.
I'm so happy it's not a whole circle of congratulations.
I don't know. You didn't finish your statement, so I couldn't tell what you were saying.
Would you like one?
Eat, go to bed.
Are you sure?
Oh my god.
Honestly, I could go for that.
It's
I'm
cooking
sorry.
time.
On something actually.
Chazza, did
Understood.
you lose your clipboard and your feather
He does not
pen?
wish to have a
Did you-
circle of congratulations this time.
Put it back in the room 'cause I-
Understood.
It has been noted.
Ah, great idea.
Oh, yeah, you're welcome. No worries, no worries. I'm used to having to...
It's quite
Sometimes
nice
it's
when you're positively getting wailed on to have someone jump in and help you out.
I apologize.
No, I agree, I agree.
So I think I did the leftovers today.
You may go dormant first. I am going to try and continue with my efforts.
It is looking good so far. The external casing is immaculate.
Yes, but the internal discs. They need to be perforated just so. And they need to turn at the right patterns.
Yes.
The last one was
It is.
a second and a half off. It was irksome.
Yes, I see what you mean. It is close, though.
And we'll try anew with a fresh disc.
Perhaps afterwards we can make more.
Perhaps. I do not know what utility they would serve past Sevi.
It is no different than anything else that we want to do. Bringing back stories. These discs count for that as well.
I suppose.
They're a sign of how far we've come, and that we still remember what we've been taught.
I suppose so.
That's why it's vital it's correct, right? It must be as we've heard.
Yes.
No note off. But I shall not disturb you further. I shall rest.
Good night. I will let you know if I hear anything.
Yes, of course.
And that's the end for today. Y'all have a good night.
The rabbit one, we're arguing about doing it, and the next thing we know, we said,